taken you from the Imperial City's prison, first by carriage and now by boat. To the east, to Morrowind. Fear not, for I am watchful. You have been chosen.
Wake up. We're here. Why are you shaking? Are you okay? Wake up.
All right, welcome in, welcome in. Here we go. We finally got it to work. So, well, goddamn, you announced a Midnight Morrowind Club. This, you guys are probably thinking this fucking guy has until midnight to get his shit together, and he still can't do it. This is true. This is true. It's just a welcome to the world of being a drunk ghost. Now, part of that's my fault. Part of that's just I'm just very fucking ill prepared for anything. The other aspect of that is the fact that this is my beloved game. This is my favorite game of all time. But oh my god, especially when you get mod lists on it, it gets crusty as shit sometimes. Not even gonna lie about that. So, better late than never. But it is Midnight-ish Morrowind Club. We're gonna revive an age-old tradition. But I will say this up front: leave it to Morrowind's ancient engine to suddenly start giving me fits, the moment we decide to bring back Storywind and Modwind and Midnight Morrowind Club all rolled into one, which is what this is going to be. So, we're going to get a character together. This character is going to be a long-term playthrough. And I know I say that all the time. I know, but I mean it this time, guys. I mean it. Now, you might be saying, Zoo, what the fuck are you talking about? Isn't Grasping Fortune like a week and a half away? And the answer is yes. But here's the thing. I already have every piece of infrastructure that I could possibly need for Grasping Fortune already loaded onto my file. All that's left to do is, as they update that file, to merge it into my file. So there is nothing else I need to do. We can go ahead and we can start. And if that borks the game, okay. What I'll do is I'll quickly play and get back all of our progress, and we'll go from there. But this is it. This is the long-term playthrough that I've been teasing for well over a year. Hope everybody's doing good tonight. We're going to get rocking and rolling, and of course, because this is the long-term playthrough, of course we're going to do a Dunmer this time. Of course we are. So we're going to do the Dunmer. And I'm talking about almost a quintessential Dunmer. That's what I'm going to be talking about here. So let's take a look at his face. Let's get one that looks jamming. I kind of like that. I kind of like those tats. Let's see what else we got. Yeah, let's see what else we got. That's kind of neat looking. I like the beard. Oh no! Wiped it out. Let's go back there. Oh, we way passed it up. Okay. Ah, there it is. Okay. Kind of like that for hair. Oh my god, I did it again. Oh my god, Chad. I'm a little drunk and stupid tonight. That would be a hell of a clash, wouldn't it? You know, I kind of like that. I'm not going to lie. That's really... I like that hair. I do like that hair. And that goes really well with the OG Nerevar facial tattoo. The OG Nerevarine facial tattoos. And if you know, you know. People who know the box art know. Let's go with that. We're going to create our custom class. Stealth. We're going stealth this time. Willpower is a must. That's something we're going to have to devote some serious fucking time to. We'll go strength and willpower. Not the most stealthy characteristics in the world, but it'll balance our build out in ways that you'll see here soon. Long blade. Or no, short blade. Long blade. Block. Marksman. Destruction. When I said quintessential Dunmer, I meant quintessential Dunmer. Here, we're going to round that out. We're going to go athletics. Where's that at? Athletics. We're going to go speechcraft. We're going to go sneak. We're going to go, well, probably should do medium armor first. Make sure we have an armor. That would be a big fucking mistake, wouldn't it, guys? Medium armor. Then we'll go sneak down here next to athletics. I like to organize these. I don't know if I'm the only one that likes to fucking do this, but I like to organize these a certain way. So sneak, athletics, medium armor, illusion. And for our last one, let's see. Adult our quick handy dandy build. Gotta make some last minute fucking alterations and decisions here before we get into our other builds. Mysticism. That's what Dunmer like, mysticism. There we are. So we got stealth, strength, willpower. We're looking pretty fucking good so far. And we are going to call this class the Mercenary class. I would love to get Speechcraft in there somewhere. Maybe sacrifice illusion for some Speechcraft. Maybe we do that. But honestly, if we're a mercenary, we need mercantile is what we need. We actually need mercantile. Which means we got to keep illusion. So let's do mercantile. Although, you know, mercantile's easy enough to train up. So we'll keep illusion. But we really got to try to pump illusion as much as we can, that means, because, man, wait till you fucking see what this means for Speechcraft. Because I got a mod called Silver Tongue that's going to not make this easy for us, guys. It's just not. Pyritosis, welcome in, buddy. Howdy, howdy. We're getting rocking and rolling here. Haven't missed much at all yet. Missed a lot of technical difficulties, typical for Morrowind graphics extender, and then you missed a little bit of the intro, but that's always pretty much the fucking same anyway. Phil, what's going on? Let's do it. Yep, we are getting there. So we're a mercenary. We are just making one last minute decision. You know, what we're gonna do. Athletics builds on its own. I think we're gonna, in the name of Maxon here, I'm actually gonna do something I don't do too often. I'm gonna drop athletics. I really, really value the added speed, but as you can see from our bonuses we're gonna pick, we're gonna get a lot of that anyway. So let's drop that 0, get with a hero here. And that'll let us take Speechcraft too. Drink the Mario jump bonus. Go get it. Here's the thing, Phil. We're not all like freak of nature like you are. Most people don't survive that unless they know exactly what the fuck they're doing. Like, that is still a feat that we're going to talk about in Legend, Phil. I'm telling you. That one's going to make it into the fucking history books. Let's rearrange this. We're going to do Speechcraft. We're going to do Mercantile. A mercenary should know how to fucking talk. Illusion, Mysticism, and then instead of Athletics, we're going to do... oh, fuck. I just had it. What did we say we were going to do again? Sneak. There it is. Okay. Next. Gonna do, so we've done our race. The race mod, guys, is called Reincarnate-Races of Morrowind. Now we're on the birth sign mod. It's called Moonlight-Birthsigns of Morrowind. And on this one, we are gonna pick... We've got two choices here. We can choose the Lord of Massor, which is going to fortify endurance, 25 points, resist normal weapons plus 10%. It's going to fortify block and medium armor by an additional 10 points. That's one way we can do that. The other way we can do this is we could take the Atronach for that extra 2 times magic int bonus, or we can take the Mage, which is going to boost our intelligence and give us a pretty damn good bonus too, although not as good a bonus. And I think we're going to take the Mage. Let's see. Minato Mario, what's up, buddy? Welcome in. Pyritosis says, Altmer favorite attribute speed endurance with a major of athletics named Supersonic. Gotta go fast! Minato Mario says, do you think Bethesda's going to remake the remaster Morrowind given their Oblivion coming soon? No. And I'll tell you why. Todd Howard has famously said on record that it is the policy of Bethesda Softworks that they do not touch Morrowind. They do not touch it. There are a couple of reasons for this. Number one, Todd Howard is scared shitless of touching Morrowind. He doesn't think it's a good idea. He honestly does not think that they could ever possibly do it the time and attention it deserves as a remake, he said. Number two reason is because it would be a disaster. The fans would pick that to fucking pieces. There's no way. There's no way he does that. And that's a good thing, because here's the thing. The moment Bethesda put out a Morrowind remake, it would immediately threaten this entire beautiful, glorious modding community, in particular the expanded world mods, because now the old Morrowind and its mods become a financial threat to Bethesda. So you can expect the Bethesda lawyers to start going after major modding projects in order to remove the competition that is their old game with mods from the new game that they want to sell. So there's a lot of reasons why we don't want this to happen, but the good news is there's also reasons why it will not happen. No, Morrowind is and always will be its own thing. Phil Pyritosis says, Phil went up. So what do you think about Switch 2 carts on Switch 1 games having both Switch 1 and 2 versions on the cart? Yeah, that's the first positive development I've heard about Switch 2 since it launched. So I guess kudos. Like, I suppose we can do that. I kind of want that Magicka absorption. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I kind of want that. That spell absorption 50 points is so fucking good, and it would really help this build out. Like, it helps almost anything out. And we can always work around that. So let's do that. We're never going to be a full-scale mage. That's a great for, like, a mixed character. So let's do Atronach, actually. Name? Theldrin Vemon. Okay. Ex-Legionnaire. Long marches and fighting in the shield wall have honed your skills and made you tough. Unfortunately, a lifetime of following orders has critically impacted your decision-making skills. Plus 10 to endurance, athletics, block, heavy armor, and long blade. Negative 20 to willpower. So, oof. Oof.execute. But we're going to be able to balance that out a little bit, okay? And this character, and it's going to fall into what this character actually is, because this character is going to be an ex-legionnaire who was basically booted, and we will reveal that story as things go on. We will reveal that. But he was booted and imprisoned, and now is on his way to Morrowind. And so, we will not be joining the Imperial Legion this playthrough. Spoiler alert. What is this history backstory mod? So Pyrotosis, this is Murlord's new mod. It's his new Karajan scenario mod. And I'm actually going to be really unlazy this time, guys. I'm going to post these mods immediately when we get off of here. It's going to be the first thing I do, is every mod I talk about is going to be posted in the description. So I'll have Murlord's mod, I'll have the Reincarnate and the Moonlight mod. All that's going to be in here. And then if we touch on a mod or talk about a mod, it'll be in here. And I'm going to start being better about that. I've gotten some flack in the comments, honestly. And it's not entirely unjustified. I've been thinking about that, and usually I get to it about a week later, as far as updating. But honestly, there's no real excuse for that, except the fact that I'm fucking lazy. So we're going to fix that. We're going to start with this stream. And that'll be a better thing to do for the viewers and for the people that pick up the VOD, which apparently that last one we did literally blew the fuck up. Like something like Phil brought to my attention, it had like 700 views a couple days ago. It's like, holy shit, man. So there's a lot of eyes on this potentially, and we want to make sure that we're getting these modders out there as much as possible. So now this particular mod here, yeah, this is Murlord's new Karajan Scenarios, it's called. It's going to be really good. Phil went up, says it sounds so damn confusing, and they won't even have packaging that lets you know it had both copies, because people are saying it's a case-by-case basis. Ugh. Yeah, it's great. Now, here's the great thing about this Pyrotosis. This one actually has, depending on, like, let's say you pick Ashlander. If you start as an Ashlander, it's got its own quest. Same with the Necromancer start. Necromancer's Apprentice has its own quest. A lot of these have a small quest that gets you going in the game, which is really cool. So it's got some quest writing as well in it. And I think Danae did the quest writing, just to give everybody their flowers. I think it was Danae who did all the questing on there. So it's kind of a dual project between Murlord and Danae, two of the bestest modders. But we're gonna go with vanilla, because again, we're a filthy prisoner. And we're not going to start with any of this shit, because we are a filthy prisoner. So there's our start. Let's look at the extra features. Additional spells, date, start time, vampire lycanthropy. Let's look at additional spells real quick. So we're going to be a pretty accomplished guys. So we're going to get our basic spells. We're going to get frostbite. We're going to get shock. We're going to get viper bite. And that's it. Our basic destruction spells. That way we have the full suite. This all works on OpenMW. That would be a good question. I know Murlord and Detailed Devil sometimes are in the chat. I've seen both of them, and I've seen Toma in the chat from Tamriel Rebuilt. So if they happen to be here, if you guys could answer that question, that would be great. But if you're not here, I totally understand. It's fucking past midnight. We're going on 1. But that's a good question. I will get confirmation on that Pyrotosis, and then I will get that posted in the Discord. If nobody's here to answer that. So we'll do that. That's a pretty cool feature. And then we're gonna launch. We're gonna launch. Not a bad start. We don't even have our bonuses yet and our debuffs yet. So I'd say that's a pretty good start. And we still got a couple of rounds of McChusen left. So the next things we're going to do is we're going to try to balance out that absolutely stupendous destruction we took in willpower. We got to try to balance that out. Here, we're just going to pick Mephala. We're going to be a Mephala worshiper. Now, a little bit on Mephala, because these are so fun to read. By the way, now this particular mod here is the MTR by the Divines. This one does not work in OpenMW, sadly. But it gives you, like, almost like a fucking 100 religious beliefs to choose from in the beginning. So Mephala is the web spinner, and each one has some lore attached, which I fucking love. Web spinner is a Daedric prince whose sphere is obscured to mortals, also known as the anticipation of Vivek. Unlike many other Daedric princes, Mephala appears as either a male or female, depending on whom the Daedric prince wishes to ensnare. Mephala's only consistent theme seems to be the interference in the affairs of mortals for amusement. Mephala's spear seems to indicate a careful plan carried out through executions, each life a portion of a massive web. Mephala sees the affairs of mortals as a weave. Pull but one thread, and the whole thing unravels. The Dunmer associate Mephala with more simple concepts, lies, sex, and murder. Mephala directly helped to found the infamous cult of the Morag Tong, and they claim to murder for the Daedra's glory. Some scholars also argue that when the Morag Tong was banished from the rest of Tamriel, they were allowed to continue to operate in Morrowind, when they replaced their worship of Mephala with that of Vivek. As a reaction to this, the Dark Brotherhood was formed, being led by the mysterious Night Mother, who some insist is just another form of Mephala. So we're going to pick that one. And then we've got to pick Half Bosmer for a couple reasons here. Now, Half Bosmer is going to do two things. No, not Bosmer, sorry, Half Breton. What the fuck am I saying? It's going to give us that bonus to willpower plus 5, which we badly need. We're going to hit our strength a little bit, going to hit our agility a little bit, going to give us a penalty to speed, and going to give a penalty to endurance. Which is, ooh, that's rough. Let's look at some other ones real quick. This one doesn't give you half Argonian, half Altmer, fortify maximum magicka bonus, but doesn't give us the willpower bonus. How about Nord? Bonus to strength, bonus to willpower, resist frost, penalty to intelligence, and penalty, which our intelligence is fine, and penalty to agility, which I don't like. Okay. That hurts. I wish I had paid attention to what our base agility was. Because let's see here. Yeah, it's not good enough to be doing. It's not good enough to be fucking around with agility. So every one of these willpowers is a trade to agility. So our goal here now is in this mod, which is MTR lineages, is going to be to find a admixture that boosts willpower. That's what we need. There's plus 5 bonus to willpower. But I'm looking for more than that if we can. We need the willpower boost. We need it. Ooh, that's not bad. Alien. Bonus to conjuration, armor, enchant, marksman, and alteration. Ooh, bonus to block. And a penalty. Ooh, but penalty to personality. That's too much to bear. No way. Nope. Dragon admixture. Imagine being part dragon. Dremora. Okay, now this one kind of works. And our personality is shit anyway. But bonus to willpower, penalty to personality, but we don't want to make the personality too low is the problem. Because then that will lock us out of quests. It will lock us out of some factions we really want to join until we get that boosted up. We go Dunmer, bonus strength, bonus agility, bonus penalty, but another penalty to willpower and personality, which we can't take because of our past choices. So this is what we mean by building a character becomes an enthralling dance with these kind of mods. Phil says, does the Morrowind on the OG Xbox give the ability to start with a bunch of items and spells, or is it that a mod? I'd love to know all the differences. Is there a big list that tells the difference? So, no, you will not have access to any of this, almost any of this on the OG Xbox one, Phil. You need to play this on Good Old Games. I will help you with the mod list. It's so easy, buddy. Like, we will do a screen share, and I will walk you through step by step, because the people here want to see you start playing Morrowind. I will make it happen for you. Once you do it, it's like a second. It's like riding a bike. You never forget how to do it, man. Grawl. Nope. Gremlin. Some of these are hilarious, by the way. Grummite. Like, what would lead you to have a Grummite in your family, right? What did have as options with the original Morrowind? None of this. Basically, you pick your class, you pick your race, you pick your birth sign. That's it. That's all. And it was massively stripped down to what you see right now. Half Altmer, no, we've already been there. Half Bosmer, half Brit, half Cyrodiil, maybe. Personality and no. Half Khajiit, nope. Post. Everything gets fucking willpower, man. Okay, Orc, maybe. Nope, -10 to personality. God damn it. Okay, it just willpower is a hard one to crack. We might just have to pick one and just build willpower and focus obsessively on willpower for a little bit. Getting that willpower back. Ew, that sounds lame. Watching paint dry sounds more exciting than original Morrowind. Yeah, no, original Morrowind's great. There's a reason why a mod community built around it, because it's such an amazing fucking experience, as you're going to see when we get this story rocking and rolling, Philly. But it's just very limited in comparison to what 20 plus years of modding has allowed us to do to it. It's just very limited in comparison. That's not their fault. That's our fault. Strength, Kamal. Let's see here. Keptu. Kothringi. These are like ancient man tribes. These are awesome. They're just not what we're looking for. The hated Lamia. Fuck Lamia. Fuck Lamia. Mozkin. Men of Gi. Minotaur. Ooh! Minotaur! I think we're going to be part Minotaur, guys. Holy shit. Man, that explains some of our, combat prowess. Minotaurs are a beast race native to Cyrodiil with man body and head of a bull. Add mixture, so my mom fucked a Minotaur. I kind of like that. That's not mom. This would be way back when. But somewhere along the line, somebody fucked a Minotaur, and we got a +10 bonus to willpower and a -10 to intelligence. I kind of like that. What's going on, Brooke? Hello, Zoo and Phil. We're trying to find, but let's see what else we can find before we actually put a Minotaur into the family line, shall we? Let's just look a little bit deeper here. Nymph. Nymph is really good if you can take the personality. -25 resist normal weapons is incredible. Ogre. Ogrim. Orma. Perina. Reiklin. Rontha. Sinistral Myrrh. Slode. Imagine being part Slode. Can you even fucking imagine, chat? Imagine having some Slode in your family background. Just imagine. Tangmo, the monkey folk. Tangmo are the monkey folk of Akavir. Be kind of fun. Troll. Saci, the vampire snake people. Winged Twilight. Sveli. And yes, Pest. Well, I didn't plan for this, chat, but guess what? We are Minotaurs. Or part Minotaur. That's a fucking story. And what did that do for us? Okay, there it is. So now intelligence is our worst attribute. But that's okay because the bonus already gives us 99 fucking magicka. So we're doing good. Having some chode in your family? What? Yeah, they're not chodes. They're Minotaurs. But yeah, somewhere along my family line, somebody fucked a Minotaur. That's what that means. Alrighty. Well, thank you for processing me, sir, and good day. I like this Ashlander style clothing we started with. I don't know why. But, alright, works for me. Start with a couple of bags. Let's get after it. So I've been released from prison into this province that, even though I am a Dunmer, I've never fucking been here in my life. So they just like fucking dump my ass. And we gotta figure out what's what. That's gonna be the name of the game here. So we'll start by liberating some goods from these fine people. This is not a morally upstanding character, contrary to what I typically play. Teldrin doesn't give a fuck as long as it gets the fucking job done. He doesn't care. Got some bread. We'll be taking that. We're absolutely going to take that flint. Now, what kind of dummy leaves a lockpick just sitting on the table? Yes, we'll take that. We'll absolutely take that. Let's take a look, see how our skills shook out real quick. All right, so we got 40 destruction, 45 marksman, 40 block, 45 long blade, and 50 short blade. That's absolute beast mode for a starting character. 45 health, not bad. Weaknesses are personality and intelligence and willpower are kind of our weak attributes. But we'll work on that. We're going to work on that. And then we've got every minor skill is in the 20 to... Oh, shit. Uh-oh. Guys, we didn't select an armor skill. Oh, and it was just like that we fucked up, chat. We didn't add medium armor. Whoops. That's a big one, guys. That is going to be an incredible problem, actually. But you know what? It's late. I was just bragging about this God tier start, and I forgot to put a fucking armor. Jesus Christ. Oh, boy. Yeah, Adventures of Squirrel streams is like, oops, yeah. The eyes. All right, well, we're going to be, so, not all bad, not all is lost. That just means we'll be able to have an admixture of armor, and we're not starting from a terrible place, necessarily. I mean, we are starting from a terrible place. But we've got a 15 on heavy armor and light armor, and a 10 on medium armor, which basically, means that we can basically cobble together armor, and we'll kind of upgrade all three as time goes on in order to make sure we're maxing our endurance. So, that's not the worst thing in the world, but it's not something you want to see coming out the character creation. I was wondering why I didn't start with any armor on. That's fucking why. That's fucking why. Phil says, steal some stuff and sell it to get armor. No, you don't understand, Phil. I don't have any skill using armor. I have no good armor skills. So, it doesn't matter if I get the armor. The armor won't add any protection to my character because it's at level fucking 10 and 15. So, we will just cobble together the best in class of each armor we get. And we'll train all those up together. This place is uncanny and alien, yet as you look around, some part of you, some part hidden in your subconscious makes you feel as if you've been here already. Perhaps more than once, somehow you feel home and know everything will be all right. Phil says, huh? Oh, well, how do you get those up? By taking hits in armor. So we'll be able to, and by training, and we're going to do both. So again, it's not the big, it's not a good decision for character creating. It's a rookie mistake and a very bad one. But I am a decent enough player that it should not hinder us too much. Early game's going to be a little tough, though.
Your papers, please.
Here you are, Celis.
I am Celis Gravius. My background is not important. From time to time, it is my duty to welcome certain visitors to Morrowind.
Groovy. All right, well, I guess tell me about Morrowind.
Yes, you're in Morrowind. I don't know why you're here or why you were released from prison and shipped here, but your authorization comes directly from Emperor Uriel Septim VII himself, and I don't need to know any more than that. When you leave this office, you are a free man. But before you go, I have instructions on your duties. Instructions from the Emperor. So pay careful attention. This package came with the news of your arrival. You are to take it to Caius Cosades in the town of Balmora. Go to the South Wall Corner Club and ask for Caius Cosades. They'll know where to find him. Serve him as you would serve the Emperor himself. I also have a letter for you and a dispersal to your name. You know your duties. Take that package to Caius Cosades in Balmora.
This better be important. Are you the one that boat dropped off? Odd to see a boat arrive at that time of the day. Hope the Imperials treated you okay. I swear they took my ring. I swear one of the guards has it. I had it last week before their weekly Let's Shake Down Fargoth ritual. An engraved healing ring, family heirloom of mine. You haven't seen it, have you? You found it! Amazing! Thank you, thank you. You are now my favorite friend. I'll be sure to tell the others, especially my friend Ariel, who runs the trade house here. Go see him. He'll be happy to see you now. Yes, thank you for finding it. Those guards better look out!
I'm waiting.
What's this about?
Clearly he was wrong, yet I do think he meant well.
Okay, can you guys hear me now? Can you guys hear me? Yep, you can. There it is. Okay. Yeah, not sure what happened. Once again, it's just one of those technically shit things that happens to me all the time. But you didn't miss anything. Just some running commentary on that. Just me talking to Fargoth, which everybody's talked to Fargoth a million times, so that would be the best time for that to happen. Okay, Ariel.
Welcome to Ariel's Trade House. I'm Ariel, publican and proprietor. Don't take what doesn't belong to you. You're a new face here. If you want to buy from me, you have to barter. If you want a little advice, free to new customers, just ask. Would you like to hear about our most popular potions, our most popular scrolls?
No, but I will take the latest rumors, see what you have to say about this place.
I heard that Hriskar upstairs is having some financial troubles.
Oh?
Can't seem to win a wager these days.
Good to know. We'll be talking to him to see if I can help out with that. Now, we're not going to refill water yet. Oh,
Welcome
shit.
to Ariel's Trade House. I barter for goods or coin. I also have a small selection of spells for sale. No credit. You want a little advice? That's free. That's all that's free.
Oh, okay,
Would you
so
like
I must
to
have
hear
been
about
muted.
our most popular potions?
So-
our most popular scrolls?
I did answer your questions. So let me get that back to that. Yeah, so no, there's no voice actors needed because they used AI. So they used artificial intelligence to copy the old voices as best they could with all the lines of dialogue is what they did. So unfortunately, it's not a voice actor project, and I do say that's unfortunate because I don't really like AI. And there is a debate, there is a moral dilemma in the modding community about whether or not using AI of the original voice actors to voice more dialogue is moral or not. But I'd like to hear what the chat thinks. Here's the thing. I understand the quandaries of that because basically their voices likeness is being used and they're not being paid for it, and I get that. But here's the thing. The modder's not being paid either. So I can kind of see it from both perspectives there. It is an interesting discussion going on in the modding community, and a lot of people want nothing to do with AI because of that. The only thing I will say is, as a streamer, and this is kind of a cop-out, but I swear to God it's true. There's enough reading in this game to where if I had to read every fucking line of dialogue, Morrowind streamers would only be able to stream once a month. Because our voice would be fucking dead the rest of the time. You didn't answer my question. Do they need voice actors? I just answered that. Okay. Pyratosis says, I say keep it in. Makes Morrowind more accessible to future Morrowind Zoomers. Yes. And that is one of the pluses. Is a lot of people won't even touch this. If they had to read all the time. Because Zoomers read? What the fuck is that, right? Oh, bummer. They should get voice actors. It would be better quality if they got the voice actors for sure, but it would also be an expense that a modder who cannot make any money doing this probably can't afford, Phil. Again, you can't make all this stuff that you're seeing here, all of these mods are put together for free. You can't make money off of it because Bethesda, that would bring Bethesda in and that would kill the whole thing. So nobody, technically speaking, there is no real way to get paid doing this. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, tip your modder. That's what I will say. If there's a modder you really appreciate, tip your modder. Toss a coin to your modder. Oh, viewers of plenty. So let's barter up. Okay, so this bartering session has a couple of goals, right? We want to sell off this shit, and we want to use it to get better shit. So, short bow, 15 damage on a ranged weapon, completely fucking useless when you factor in the negatives of that. The Flynn we're going to sell. We don't need this potion of shadow because we're not going to be sneaking anywhere yet until we get that trained up. Ash Yam, bitter green petals, black lichen, bone meal. Crab meat we're going to keep a hold of, as we'll see why later. Grave dust, green lichen, Quamacuttle, muck, rat meat, brew brush, scrib jerky, slowed soap, Quama eggs, these small bottles, and these small vases. Anything else we want to keep? I think we'll keep the Quamacuttle too, for reasons, again. For reasons. I enabled Keragen scenarios, didn't seem to work. Shit. Sorry, Pyro. Well, I'm sure they could find free volunteers. I'm sure lots of Morrowind fans would be happy to lend their voices. I would do it for free. Phil, I would too, but nobody, I don't know if anybody wants to hear my fucking Alex Jones sound-alike fucking voice, as I'm told. Which was funny. I was in Player Essence' stream last night, and a lot of people are like, are you talking to Alex Jones? And I'm like, oh shit, I hope I don't sound like that fucking guy. That is hilarious, though. Now y'all won't be able to unhear it. Let's see here. God damn you. Let's see. I really don't think I'm asking that much, but okay, let's... Jeez. Okay, I'm way overshooting the market. Alright. There, you fucking cheap motherfucker. There you go, asshole. Okay. What did you talk about? Switch 2. It's on his birthday stream. We talked about Switch 2. Let's see here. So we need to get some fucking armor and some better weapons. So better weapons is first. We want to go ahead and get going. So silver short swords. We're going to get the short sword going. We're going to trade in the iron longsword. And we're also going to get the biggest fucking fuck you claymore we can, which in this role in the game is an iron claymore. Okay. Iron longsword. Silver short sword. Imagine not running an Imperial Pilgrim, 45 speech and 45 mercantile at level 1. Also a huge charm. Lesser power. Surprised he didn't say get that Phil guy in here, LOL. Yeah, it was a good time. But we got our short sword, we got our claymore, and that's what we're gonna rock and roll with. So we're gonna sword and board with a short sword, guys. It's a really fucking fun playstyle. We're gonna sword because you can hit so many times and stun lock them. So we're gonna sword and board with a short sword, and then for the big guns, we're gonna pull out a claymore, and that's how we're gonna rock and roll with this. Let's see. For shield, we've got 7, 5. 7 and 5. That's all we got for shield. So we're going to go ahead and take the steel shield. And sell this absolute piece of shit Net's leather shield. What did you tell him? Basically, did he convince you to get the Switch 2? No, he did not. And I did not convince him that the Switch 2 sucks. But it was a good conversation, nevertheless. So we got medium armor rating of 3. We've got 7. Or no, we got 7. What are the gauntlets? 5. 5. So let's do this. Let's go heavy armor. As if it lets us. Let's do heavy armor on... God, that's expensive. We'll do heavy armor on Greaves. Light armor on Boots. Because that affects sneaking. So we'll do light Boots. Heavy Greaves. Heavy Cuirass. And then we'll do medium armor on Pauldrons. We'll do medium armor on Pauldrons, and we'll do medium armor on gloves. And that's the way it's going to be. That's what we'll do. So we'll protect our main body with a heavy shield, heavy greaves, and a heavy cuirass. Light boots, Medium upper body. I like that. That's kind of cool. That's kind of fucking cool if we can talk him down to $429. We're going to be getting paid soon anyway. Yep, so we have no gold now. We are broke bums now. So. See, look at it. Adds almost nothing. All that armor for a 2 armor rating, guys. It's not good. It's not fucking good.
Well, what have we here? Interesting.
You've got somebody who does not know how to use fucking armor at all, is what you've got.
These Dunmer are useless.
Alright. I guess that's how we'll start. But we got an opportunity right now to make some money. So we're going to do it. We got to get a fucking job.
You look like you could use a friend, Outlander. Perhaps I can be your friend. I'd like you to help me recover some gold.
Okay.
That's right. See, I had a bad run of luck playing 9 holes and lost a bit of money. Normally, I'd be fine. We can usually keep some gold in our pockets just from the money the locals pay us for. Protection.
Okay.
But I know some of them are holding out on me. Especially that little fetcher, Fargoth. He's come up light the past couple of weeks when I've shaken him down. I know he's stashing it somewhere. I'd like you to find Fargoth's hiding place.
All right. Well, where would that be?
I know the little fetcher's got one somewhere in town. Just not sure where yet. I've already gone through his whole house, so I know he's not hiding it there. I'd like you to find out where he's stashing his gold. If you can, I'll give you a share of the wealth. Are you up for it?
You know what? Let's do it. Oh, the first betrayal. The first betrayal of many. Keep it in mind, motherfuckers. I'm a Mephala worshiper. Let's do it.
Excellent. Here's what I want you to do. I'm not sure where he goes, but I know he wanders around town at night. Watch his movements. The best vantage point is on top of the lighthouse south of town. That will give you a nice view of all of Seyda-Neen. If you keep an eye on where he goes, I'm sure you'll be able to figure out where he's hiding that gold.
Okay. You said 9 holes? Do you play 9 holes, buddy? I don't exactly have the gold to spare. There's a good reason to help me recover some gold. I'll play you afterwards. Okay. Yes, we can take him in 9 holes, too, which is awesome. All right. So with that said...
You're not here to start trouble, are you?
It's only 10 a.m., so we've got quite a bit of time.
I overheard you talking to Riskar. Are you interested in jobs like that? Not afraid of getting caught, are you?
Not necessarily. What do you got for me?
A friend of mine says you have to visit the House of Earthly Delights in Suran.
Be fun, but tell me about this job.
I need someone who can open a lock without being seen. And fetch a book for me. You in?
Sure.
There's a logbook in the census and excise warehouse here in Seyda-Neen. There's at least 2 copies of it. One is always kept upstairs, and that one will be harder to steal. There should be another one near the storage area. Fetch it and bring it back to me, and I'll make it worth your time.
Sounds good.
I asked you to fetch a book. Did you get it?
Not yet, but we will. See if there's anybody else who's got anything for me.
Come on, then. Say something or move on.
So what do you want?
So you're new to Seyda-Neen, and you'd like some help finding your way around. Very sensible. Go ahead. Ask away. Looking for services, some specific place, someone in particular. Just need a little advice. Whatever it is, I'd be happy to help.
Doesn't look like you have any latest rumors for me, though, so we'll move on.
Go ahead. You're not interrupting anything. I'm alone. Scout. You need directions. Pelagiad, Balmora, Caldera, Ebonheart, Vivek.
No, not yet, but we'll talk to you when we need those
Quickly,
directions. Sound like the one to
Outlander.
talk
I'm
about.
Albicius Cololius. Welcome to scenic Seyda-Neen, gateway to Morrowind. Are you looking for someone in particular, or do you just want a little advice?
So your latest rumors, my friend?
Did you hear that some fool lost Mentor's ring in a tomb along the Bitter Coast, or so they say?
I didn't, but that's interesting.
Any time now.
Alrighty.
You're not here to start trouble, are you?
Welcome to Seydanine, stranger. Is there some specific place you're looking for?
What kind of rumors you got for me?
My cousin claimed he saw a city in the water near Gnar Mok.
Okay.
He's a drunkard, though, and spends too much time in the sun.
Alright. How about you, Aurel?
Welcome to Aryl's Trade House. If you need directions, talk to our local scout, Ilone the Red Guard. She's here in the trade house somewhere. And you might want a copy of Guide to Vardenfell. I think I still have a copy for sale.
Alright, you got nothing for me either. Take a look here. So we got a note from Thavir. Please, I beseech anyone's help. My dear friend and lover, Processus Vitellius, has disappeared. We had heard that in the rumor mill. He is a tax collector for the Census and Excess office here in Seydanine. I want to pray that he will be found alive and well. If you have any information, please relay it to either Sosuchius, Ergala, or myself. So we'll take that one.
There's someone watching me. I can tell.
And then we've got, I am but a poor and ignoble fishwife. House Halalu is after the only possession I have to my name, and that is the small patch of dirt that the Imperials call my land. And now to add to my troubles, I may soon die of starvation. The fish simply haven't been biting, and one such as I will never be able to take on the mud crabs in the swamps for my food. If you can and would bring to me either their meat, I will be able to pay for 5 portions, but no more. All right, so we got a few tasks on us that we can start to get our feet wet here, but one, we're going to have to wait for the lighthouse for things to get quieter and a little bit more night. So let's go over here and let's see if we can pick this lock here. As soon as nobody's looking, of course. Time to test our sneakiness. Buddy, I think your lighthouse is bugged, is it? Let's take a look. No, it's fine. It's absolutely fine. Well, as we approach it, we'll get to it. That's the path to the lighthouse. It's fine. It's got a little bit of a rocky path to it. It's not bugged. It's just the way the mod works. Okay, here we go. Too complex. God damn it. Let's try a bash. The door is in the middle of the tower to nowhere. No, give me a second here. Let me finish with this task, and I'll show you what I'm talking about, Pyritosis. It's not like that, I promise you. There's a rock path that goes up there that leads to the door, and there's a path that you just can't see it because the rocks are obscuring it. But I'm 90% certain of that, but we'll find out. But we gotta finish our current mission real quick. Lock was bashed. We're in.
Piece of the 9 to you.
Fucking child's play. Absolute fucking child's play. There's the book you wanted.
Ever consider joining the Legion?
Not really. Why would I join them? You literally kicked me out and threw me in chains and shackles on a fucking boat, you prick. No, we're not joining the fucking Legion. And just like that, we've completed our first quest.
How are you doing with those jobs I gave you?
Got the book.
Did you find it?
I did.
Good work. Here's your share. I know someone who really wants this book. No, I don't know why, and I didn't ask. Let me know if you want more jobs. Here, a book for a book, I always say. This one has a lesson for you.
He paid me with a fucking book. I'm broke. I need money, bro. Good news is it doesn't even help us with a major skill. Great. But this is a fun story. This is a really, really fun story. So we will read that maybe when we go to bed for the night.
Make it quick out.
We'll read that book. It's really fun. Okay. So the lighthouse. We'll go explore over there real quick. So
The Nine and the Empire, citizen.
So the way this mod works for this particular lighthouse, this is the larger Satanine lighthouse. It's a optional pick from Beacon. And what it does is it makes the Pharos lighthouse large enough to support its interior, right? And so it's not floating in the void, it's just a path that leads up to it from the actual rock base, see how that goes? It's just an enhancement. Makes it a little bit bigger. And allows it to actually match its interior. So gain some unarmored. Strange. Every time I had that enabled, there was no pathway there. That is interesting. Maybe they've changed it, because keep in mind that, like, what's his name? Random Pal updates that fucking thing an aggravating amount of times. I thought it was always broken. No, not broken. It's just the way the path looks. And this is where we're going to get a vantage point to spy on Fargoth here soon. So it could just very well be. And this is actually kind of a good place to kind of try to spot some dungeons. Oh, I don't see... Oh, there's one. Oh, there's a tomb we can go explore. Which is cool. That's kind of a Breath of the Wild moment, isn't it?
I'm waiting. Yes, what brings you to the Satanen Lighthouse?
Satanine Lighthouse. I'll just here visiting, but while I'm here, might as well say hi.
This is a very important lighthouse, which prevents dozens of ships from crashing onto the rocks every year. Not to mention, guiding Imperial captains into port. I am the keeper of the lighthouse, and job made easier when we have a steady supply of light wood.
Tell me about these Imperial captains that crash all of them. What the fuck are we talking about? Many of the ships from the Empire that dock here are not familiar with the Inner Sea, or they were appointed by family connections instead of earning their rank. In any case, some of them have a very difficult time finding Satanine, even with the lighthouse. Well, tell me about this lightwood.
Alchemists have another name for it, but we commoners just call it lightwood. It burns longer and brighter than any other wood. Usually the mossy supply ship breathes some, but Smotiv brought 2 prisoners instead. Had Zeus was would be burned them. I can use regular wood, of course, but I have to climb the stairs a dozen times a night to refuel the fire.
Okay.
I heard from a traveler that there is an Ogham south of Pelagia, just east of the road there, who claims to have light wood and will give it to anyone who saw some kind of ritual. If you are willing to go there and get the wood, I will try to think of some suitable reward.
Sure, let's do it. Good luck. Like I said, the Daedra is south of Pelagian, or so I've heard. That's a village just up the road north. Head out of Satanine, past the Siltstrider, and keep going north until you see the Ogre. It's just before the road branches to go into the village. The Daedra's waiting for someone next to a pond. Allegedly. Alright. Cool beans. Alrighty then. So, now we have to actually use our journal to keep track of our quests. We've got several. So we can do crab meat for a fishwife. Got bragging rights. Fargoth's hiding place. Report to Caius Gosades. Little light wood. we already gave the braggart the book, so we've got that part. We still got more of his quest to do, though, eventually. But for now, let's go get that crab meat, so we can at least get some coin in our fucking pocket, right? Because, oh my goodness. This will also give us a good introduction to crafting. We can talk a little bit about the crafting mod. So we need a stick, is what we're looking for, guys. We gotta craft a knife. Takes care of you, doesn't it? Little fuckface. Oh, it's Scribs. Gotta love Scribs. Beating her little tail. Uh-oh. Well, we got our stick. And I think we found our tax collector, guys. Oh, boy. Tax records, okay. Well, we're not broke anymore. That's the good news. Well, shit, buddy. I'm sorry. Now we need a piece of flint for our knife. Huh. Flint's... see, last time when I was playing with Phil, it was the opposite. It was hard to find the stick, and the flint was easy to find. Now we're having the opposite problem, of course. It's a stone, but we need flint, god damn it. No, you need the Mary Poppins jump potion. We do not need that yet. I'm holding off on that deliberately because here's a fun fact for you, Phil. If you get to that encounter at the right time, you can save him. You can actually save that guy. Did you know that? So we really want to try to avoid that stretch of road if we can. There is a way to save him. Okay, so we just decided to not populate fucking Flint anywhere. Oh my goodness. Oh my god. But we're getting our exercise in for sure. Ah, there we go. So we're gonna utilize the firewood to craft, okay? And we are gonna craft a flint knife. And we successfully crafted it. So that adds the crafting system, and that is a framework known as the crafting framework. 2 mods are at play there. The crafting framework is at play, and the second mod that is utilized in that is called Ashfall, the survival mod, both by Murlord. Interesting, what happens if you save him? So if you save him, it gives you a quest opportunity, but if you let him die, you get an entirely different quest opportunity that lead to different rewards once you get to the mainland. We're not quite there yet, though. Let's keep training Longblade since it's at 45. We want to try to train that up. Guess what game I picked up on Friday? What'd you pick up, Brooke? Is it Morrowind? Got him. Got the little bitch. Let's get the next guy. I'm all gassed out, though, so... Thank God these are mud crabs, and they're not hard. Or we'd be in trouble fighting like this normally. Let's skin this beast. Mud crab meat. And you're getting survival points to up your survival skill, too. Part of what I love about this. Alright, there's our 5 pieces. So there's another quest done. I want to play Kingsfield on PC. I want to play Kingsfield, period. That's one of the games I do really want to play. For sure. You know, it's strange. I don't remember this particular stretch of the swamp being this bereft of trees. Am I high right now, or does it seem like we're missing some trees, chat? I know we're not, but it really seems that way, doesn't it? Huh. Yeah, we smoked those fucking mud crabs. Dumb little bastards. No, I can't pick up Morrowind on physical, and I wish I could. I picked up Xenoblade X. Oh, Xenoblade X is so good. I've been playing a little bit of that. Brooke, you're gonna fucking love it. Oh, the tree, you smoked them, the trees. Oh yeah, could be that. After all, we smoke weed every day. Let's see here. Where's our poor lady? There she is. By the way, we got to drop a crab meat because we actually forgot to talk to her first, which we're supposed to do. So let's drop that.
Well, hello. I'm Unreliable. This is Seda Need.
What'd you end up picking up, Philly?
Capital of the world.
Gonna be hard to top Brooke. She picked up Xenoblade.
I can tell you where the services are. There aren't many. And I can tell you the latest rumors, unless you've already heard them.
Let's hear those latest rumors.
Have you noticed? For all its proclamations about protecting the rights of property and preserving law and order, the Imperial Legion does little enough to capture and prosecute abolitionists. That's a bit hypocritical, don't you think?
So, for people in the chat that don't know, slavery is legal in Morrowind. Morrowind has a special arrangement, which we will get into as the story goes on, to where they're the only province in the Empire where slavery is legal. That's not something you see much in modern games anymore. Indrell's note. Yes, Musera, I need some food or I fear I will starve. I haven't eaten in nearly a week. I begged Ariel for some food, but he said I needed to pay like everyone else. There are many mud crabs in the swamps of the Bitter Coast, but I fear I am no match for them. You need to start lifting that. You got to start lifting some weight then. That's bad. Perhaps you could gather some of their meat for me? I can. And actually I have it right here. Don't go anywhere.
Quickly, Outlander, or go away. That's all right. You're not interrupting anything important. What can I do for you? Are you looking for some specific place in Sedanine, or just looking for a little advice?
Nope, I got your crab meat. Oh, thank you, Musera. CV bless you. You have no idea how much this means to me. I know it's not much at all, but here is all the money that I have in the world. So, all right, well, 5 gold is 5 gold, and we are no longer fucking broke. So, now, something you can do for me on top of the money in Trail, you can tell me about this dead tax collector a little bit.
Found his body, huh? Well, it's up to you what to do with that information. I suppose that Socutius Ergala in the Census and Excise Office would be the one to tell if that's your inclination.
Okay, let's do it. What do you know about
I am
the
Celis Gravius. My background is not important. From time to time, it is my duty to welcome certain visitors to Morrowind.
Yeah, I don't know anything about the murder of a tax collector.
Keep
I'm
moving.
just the head of the fucking Legion here, but don't mind me. Don't try to fucking tell me anything, right? Let's see. The Switch U, it's better than the Switch 2. It comes with an alternate universe where Nintendo didn't screw up the launch. Oh, that's funny, Phil. Brick Barnes says, I tried playing on Wii U back. I just wasn't so sure about it then. So I thought I would get it on Switch. I heard it's better on Switch. Well, everything's going to be better on Switch. You know why? Because it's not the Wii U, Brooke. The Wii U is a terrible system. Hello, Socius. Wish we were meeting on better terms. Where are my manners? I'm Socius Sogala. I know who you are. You check me in here. But let's talk about the murder of Processus, because that's what I want to talk about.
Murdered? What a waste. Processus was a good man. I'd been wondering why we hadn't heard from him in a few days. Still, these are dangerous times we live in, and these sorts of things will happen. Did you happen to find the tax money he'd collected? I hate to be so callous, but I do have a job to do.
Yep, found 200 septims on his body. So we're going to be honest here, just because we can lead to future rewards by ingratiating ourselves. These are some wealthy folks. These are tax collectors, guys. So I'm going to go ahead and give you the 200 gold, bringing us back to a whopping 5 gold.
You did? How odd that he was murdered but not robbed. Your honesty is appreciated, I can tell you that. I won't forget this. In fact, if you're looking for some money for yourself, I'd like to see the murderer of Processus punished. Killing an emperor's tax collector is punishable by death. Find his murderer, bring him to justice, and the Census and Excise Office will pay you 500 septims.
Let's do it. All right, Chad, so this is a good time to talk about the political complexities of Morrowind, okay? And the geopolitical situation in Seyda-Neen. Seyda-Neen is a small town that was originally meant to have a fort built next to it after Firemoth was lost. So Firemoth is that wonderful fort that Phil explored off this archipelago, which used to be the big fort for the Imperial Navy that dealt with all the smuggling in the area. Years and years ago, after that fell to the undead horde that crawled out of the ocean, Seyda-Neen they began the process of revamping Seyda-Neen and building that up. It used to be a small fishing village for the Dunmer. And they decided to build Seyda-Neen up to eventually get a fort of its own, which is why Mr. Celis Gravius is stationed here. However, upon talking about the nearly impossible task of the Navy patrolling all of this for smuggling, which is a very difficult task, and the fact that it was thought more strategic to put a fort along the road that would service not only Seyda-Neen, but Ebonheart, Pelagian, and Balmora. Instead, they chose to put a fort on that road called Fort Pelagian. That allowed a town to build up around that town, which became a much larger municipal area as the Legionnaires settled down, their family started farming there. And what ended up happening is Seyda-Neen became the backwater, and it rescinded back into the backwater it was, and never did meet its potential as a possibility for an Imperial fort, which never got built, essentially, is what happened. Now, what was already in place is the fact that this was the head of the Imperial Census and Excise on Vardenfell. This was kind of their office, right? Because the Grand Pharos Lighthouse allowed visitors to easily enter Vardenfell Island after it was opened up to potential colonization. Okay? So, this led to the Imperial tax collector presence being here, including Socius Ergella and Processus Vitellius. Now, the issue with this is most of the Dunmer, and here's the original fishing village of Seydanine. It's right in just a few shacks, right? And these are very poor fishermen. These are fishermen, these are gatherers, and the presence of the Imperial Tax Office being right here in the original fishing village is going to be putting some economic pressure on these guys, right? That may not be able to afford the continuing raising of Imperial taxes. And now there's a dead tax collector, and what this highlights is it highlights the tension between the Imperial forces and the native Dunmer who are just trying to live their lives, right? The Empire feels like it's owed those taxes because of the protection and civilization they bestow. The Dunmer natives are like, hey, this is our way of life, and you are interfering with it and making it impossible. And so that's kind of the play that we walk into here in the village of Seydanine. We also have a little bit of a whisper of the corruption with Hariskar being a gambler who wants us to basically shake down Fargoth for more money, which we're going to do. So essentially, our mercenary is in service of some A, corrupt bureaucratic officials in like Hariskar Flatfoot, but B, also genuine, decent, sort of people like Socius, who's just trying to do his job, but at the same time, trying to do their job has put pressure on the local Dunmer population to the point where it's exploded into violence. Now, that is just a tiny microcosm of the complex political situation in Morrowind, but I feel like it's a wonderful opening to it. All right, speech over. But we always like to kind of tell the story, or let the story of each individual town tell itself on here as we explore. And I couldn't resist. Let's say I ordered Dragon Quest III for Switch from Amazon. Should be here on Wednesday. You're gonna love that. That was my first ever JRPG. Brooke, that was my first one. I loved it. I really liked it. Okay, so we got a lot of stuff going on at once, so we're gonna consult the journal again. And yeah, we gotta talk to we gotta go talk to Socius again. Or no, we gotta talk to, what did they say? They're at the lighthouse, they said. Would have a lead. Sorry, can you explain all that lore again? I was in the kitchen. Okay. Absolutely, Phil. Not a problem. Not a problem at all. So basically what we're dealing with here is, Seydanine was originally a port city. And it was kind of the gateway to Vardenfell. It was very quickly and easily established that was going to be the head of the Census and Nexus on Vardenfell, right? Now, what ended up happening here is there was originally plans after the fall of Fort Firemoth, which is where you went and explored. Oh, I was joking, but I'll listen anyway again. Oh, no, buddy, now you're just wasting the chat's time. They already listened to it. So I'm glad you're joking. But anyway, yeah, basically the long short of it, to do a TLDR in case anybody did miss it, Fort Firemoth originally was the jurisdiction for Seydanine. It fell to an undead legion that walked out of the ocean. When that happened, they were originally going to put a new fort in Seydanine, but the Empire decided it was more strategic to put those resources into building a fort called Fort Pelagia that guarded the road between Vivec and Balmora. So Seydanine got to be ignored. It never got the development that it once was originally intended to get. There are remnants of it with the Census and Excess Tax Collecting Office, and there being a literal Templar knight in the head of the village. But this is a slowly but surely withering little village that once could have been the site of... Basically, Seydanine could have been Pelagian at one point. And it's just not going to be. So we need to go to the lighthouse. Anyway, we've been jawing enough. They said she would kind of know a little bit more. Plus, we need to report his death to her, which is sad. I think these two were paramours.
That's all right. You're not interrupting anything important. What can I do for you? Are you looking for some specific place in Seydanine, or just looking for a little advice?
Here to break some bad news to you, Thavir.
Processus murdered! No! Tell me it's not so. He was the gentlest man I've ever met. He and I had become so close in the past few months. I don't know what I will do without him. I've only seen him get angry once or twice and never raised a hand to anyone. This is so sad.
What do you mean, seen him get angry?
Well, not even angry, I suppose. I saw him arguing once with Foreign Gilnith about his taxes. He thought Processus had been levying too much and skimming off the top for himself. Ridiculous! Processus wouldn't have done such a thing, I'm sure of it. Please find out what happened, friend. And if you find out what became of Processus's ring, it would ease my heart.
Okay.
I gave him the ring many months ago, and it was dear to him. I would like it to remember him by.
We'll get the ring we'll get the ring back for sure. Alrighty. Foreign Gilnith. We need to pay him a visit then. Phil says, why did an undead legion come out of the sea? That sounds terrifying. Could you imagine fishing on a dock and seeing that happen in front of your eyes? Well, the people of Seydanine did get to see that from a distance. They got to see it happen, and yeah, it's pretty scary. And we still don't know why the lich that led it, his name was Gurm. Gurm did come out of the sea, but something about the fort,
Speak, traveler.
It woke him up. It definitely woke him up, man, and it was not good for them. You the murderer? Yes, Dunmer. Murder of Processus Vitellius.
That fetcher? You're damn right I did him in. And a good thing, too. He was skimming a load of money from all of us honest people, overcharging us on our taxes and keeping the difference for himself. He was always flaunting his money around, showing off his new clothes and jewels. So, I killed the bastard and left his body out there to rot, with all his ill-begotten gold still on him.
Wow! Okay. Well, that is no excuse for murder, so we've decided your punishment, buddy boy.
You're one of them, huh? Come to kill me? Well, give it your best shot. I've no problem spilling more of the blood of the Emperor's lackeys.
You will try.
Die, fetcher!
Well, that little fucking sword ain't doing shit, is it? Let's switch to the big boy.
Die, fetcher!
Well, we're gonna have to finish this with a spell. This is getting dire. He's a pretty good hand-to-hand guy. He about whooped my ass in the stamina department. Not gonna lie. Also, the fucker stole my sword at the end. I was really gonna be in trouble there in a second. That's really funny. And he managed to disarm me. Stupid bastard. All your shit is contraband now, asshole. You want to be a fucking murderer? You lose all your shit. Now that's the kind of jug we want. That's going to have plenty of room in it. Yeah, 200. 200 that jug has water capacity. So we're going to go ahead and take a drink because we're thirsty anyway. I mean, he's dead. He don't need it. Take his Switch games, too. We're going to take everything. We taking everything. What a fucking asshole, though. There's no excuse for murder, bruh. There's no excuse for murder. All right, let's go get paid. Never-ending quest to get paid. I got him.
I heard you had been asking around about his murder. I'm glad to see this matter brought to its completion. Here's your reward. Good to see there are still some citizens who understand their loyalty to our Emperor.
It's loyalty to the coin, man. I don't give a shit about the Emperor. He locked me up. Care about that guy. A fucking old man. I just want to get paid, man, and you got the gold. Here's your fucking tax record back, by the way. Don't need that no more. And I suppose we better give this ring. I could pawn it off for more money, but she asked for it back, and that is her dead lover's ring, so we're not going to be that much of an asshole. Let's get it back to her. And it's getting to be about that time, guys. It's getting to be about that time to where we can spy on Fargoth. Yeah, only old man we care about is Logan. Hi there.
Yes?
Well, he's dead.
I still can't believe he's gone.
But here's your ring back.
Oh, you found the ring I gave him. Thank you so much. It's good to have something to remember him by, though I'll never see him again. Here, take this. He usually traveled with a couple when he was doing his job, but he didn't this last time. If only he had.
Well, we still got to get that light wood for you, but I am sorry that happened. That's another quest cleared. We got a little bit more time. Let's take a look at the quest log real quick. Okay. So we've got the light wood is really the only thing. So we're going to make a little trip. We're going to make the trip to Pelagian. We've got time to do that. We definitely have time to do that before this all goes haywire. We'll go and turn in our goods. We'll head over there. And then we will see.
Welcome to Aril's Trade House. I barter for goods or coin. I also have a small selection of spells for sale. No credit. You want a little advice? That's free. That's all that's free. Would you like to hear about our most popular potions? Our most popular scrolls?
Not really. We're just here to sell, man. Oh, why isn't the mouse fucking working? There we go. Scared me for a second. Nope, we're going to keep the water jug. Sell that. Sell that now. I'm going to keep our arrows for now, because eventually we're going to get a much better. And you can cook and stuff. Some of this other ingredients you can actually cook as part of the crafting framework, and we'll definitely talk about that when the time comes. But we're just getting our bearings, so we're kind of selling as much as we can right now. But we're definitely going to start to utilize that survival skill. So there's that. So now we're at 575 gold pieces. So we're starting to rock and roll here in terms of our mercenary career. I'm not going to walk through the water. I refuse to do that. I have dignity, man. Is there a multiplayer mod? There is on OpenMW, Phil, where we can play together.
What assistance do... I haven't seen your face before. Would you like a little advice? Or are you looking for someone in particular?
Sure, if you want to offer a little advice, I can take
You look like you can take care of yourself. Then why don't you do something about those smugglers in Adamasata's cave?
Oh?
It's right over there near the Silt Strider port. Yet these guards, look at them, just strutting around. Someone must have paid them to ignore the smuggling going on here.
Right up near the Silt Strider port. Oh, you know what? Change of plans, chat. We're not going to Pelagian yet. Change of plans. We're gonna go rock these motherfuckers shit. Yeah. Let's take a quick rest here. Oh, how does that work? How do you complete quests? Together. You just stay together and complete them. But yeah, Pyritosis was talking about it. We're going to try to get an OpenMW server going at some point. Now, that's a long-term project because I'll need to post a mod list we're going to be using. But because we've all got a match, it's got a 1-for-1 match. We've all got to get it perfect. But so it won't be as complex as what I'm using, just because that's impossible to get working in a Morrowind MP play style. But what we will do is we'll put together like OAAB, Tamriel Rebuilt, Skyrim. We'll do the basics, right? And then we'll get going on that because I think that'll be fantastic, man. We're probably going to be using magic in this encounter because my weapons are shit right now. So that's one of those broken starting spells, so we're going to get rid of that. Yeah, we got Firebite, Frostbite, Shot. These are Dunmer in here, so we're going to stick to Frostbite. And then we'll get the shield up in case we need to block some shit. And we're going to rely on magic in this encounter just because our weapons are kind of battered and beat up. We're going to have to fix those. We definitely going to have to fix the weapons. But that's why I like this character. We are really playing like this is the quintessential Dunmer character. Magic, range combat, weapons. There's not much he can't do at the expense of armor, as we found out. And boy, he looks good doing it. But all right, we're ready to go in. Someone needs to mod Morrowind to where you fight with Switch Joy-Cons. Oh, shit. That might be fun. Huzzah, criminal!
Surrender your life to me and I will end your pain.
Criminal scum. You fucking criminal scum. Easy pickings indeed. Oh, shit, he's got his hands out. That's a mage. That's a mage. Oh, the mouse has stopped working. Shit. Oh, God. Ah! Yep, my spells are faster, buddy. You're quick, but I'm quicker. Let's see. VR Morrowind is a thing on OpenMW as well. Yes, there's Morrowind VR too, which is... That's the dream right there. Get her! Get her! Get her! Oh, shit. You're fucking me up. Die, bitch. Yeah, That's what you get for attacking me. Fuck were you thinking, bitch? Do you know who you're fucking with? Guess not. Alright. Smuggling base secure. Time to... Oh, we're peckish. Time to eat real quick. There we go. And again, that eating is part of Ashfall. That's where that comes from. Take all. Torches are always useful. We'll take all that. Ooh, got some moon sugar and some skooma. Those are illegal drugs, so we'll have to be careful where we sell those at, but very cool. Bit of green petals, more moon sugar. Man, they were smuggling the good stuff, chat. These scumbags were. The good stuff. Oh shit, I got a fucking arrow sticking out of my back, it looks like. Yeah, a little bit. Oh, ninja stars. Look at that shit. I got a fucking kite and ninja star stuck in my side and in my ass. She got me in my fucking ass, man. Oh, we found some chitin armor. We'll take it for now. Oh, a new iron claymore, so that's awesome. So we're going to go ahead and immediately equip that. Got a little bit more armor that we found. We'll go ahead and piece that together. Now, ultimately, like I said, we'll be wearing medium on the upper body. We're going to be a versatile armor user in the end here. Wow, are you serious? Did we not get a single fucking scroll of unhinging? We didn't. Wow, that's a first. Those are useful, and we didn't actually get them. Time is it? Let's take a look at what our time is here. 7 p.m. Yeah, we're gonna have to get. We're really gonna have to get rocking and rolling on this. But our baby's first dungeon complete. Baby's first dungeon, all dunsies. Here we find a really useful thing. We find the first fishing pole. So we're going to be able to fish. Oh, we just over-encumbered ourselves, so we're going to have to drop something. Let's go ahead and just drop that. We'll come back for it later. We got to get our breath before we start fucking drowning. But we know there's some loot there. Yeah, we really got to head back. But yeah, with that fishing pole, we can actually fish now, guys. Through a mod called Ultimate Fishing. And there's slave questions. Wow. You have the key to these bracers. Will you let me go free? I will. Yes, Bardargo is free. You were a good friend of Bardargo. You have the key. Let me go free. Yes, here you are. Yes, I am now free. Thank you, Teldrin Vimmen. And
do you have the key to these bracers? Will you let me go free?
I will, buddy.
You have the key. Will you let me go free?
Thank you, Teldrin Vimmen.
Blessed we are.
These fuckers were literally going to sell these Argonians and Khajiit into slavery. So I feel like not only did we make a lot of bank on this mission, but we did a good deed, man. We did a really good deed. Which makes up for what we're about to do to our poor friend Fargoth. Here in just an hour or so. Game time hour, by the way. Oh, man, I love our fishing pole. That is exciting. Slowly but surely, we're going to be putting all the tools together to do long-term survival. And look at this fucking clusterfuck going on here. Oh, my God.
You've been wounded.
Go ahead, stranger.
I have been. We'll get it taken care of, though. Look at that sunset, chat. Oh, my God, that's beautiful.
Welcome to Aril's Trade House. I barter for goods or coin. I also have a small selection of spells for sale.
Tell me this every time I come in,
You want
buddy.
a little advice? That's free. That's all that's free. Would you like to hear about our most popular potions? Our most popular scrolls?
You know I don't. Okay. Now you gotta be careful, because if you try to sell Aril, the moon sugar or skooma, he will literally turn you into the guards. We have to sell the moon sugar and the skooma. Specifically, we have to sell that to a smuggler or a criminal. That is a must. Right now, we're trying. See, it'll tell you too. It'll flag it, illegal item. So if you try to sell that to an honest merchant, you're gonna have a bad time. So do not make that mistake. I've done it a million times. It sucks. Believe me, it's not great. Check the item before you click that mouse, guys. Crash fiber. Okay, I think we're good here. We're going to keep the books because we're going to be reading those. So not too bad, and we haven't even gotten the main of our profits, which is the skooma. That's not too bad. Man, a reel don't bend. A reel does not bend, man. That guy is an oak tree. Alrighty, well, with that in mind, I do think we are ready to go set up post for our... Oh, wait, we got a couple more goods to sell. Shit, I mean, it's got to hear a spiel again.
Welcome to Aril's Trade House.
No.
I barter for goods or
No.
coin. I also have a small
Take it.
selection of
Go
spells
away.
for sale. No credit. You want a little advice?
Alright, bye. Motherfucker's always trying to sell... Oh, yeah, we got to get to the lighthouse. Got to. Hoof it. Oh, boy. You know what? Waif's Reading Dowry, that's an interesting book. We're gonna take that away too. We're gonna steal that. I like that book. Alright. We are set up now. Got a good vantage point. And there's our little fetcher right there. There he is. See him? He's right there. And we're just going to set this up, and we're going to wait. VR Morrowind is a thing. Yeah, I would love to see a modern world setting of Elder Scrolls just to know how it would look. Well, you're about to get that, because apparently this Oblivion remaster looks really fucking good in the graphics department. Apparently it looks really fucking good. So we hear. But again, it's modern Bethesda, so that the problem is that comes with modern Bethesda and everything that entails, which sucks. Check something out here real quick. Yep. Yeah. Now, while we're waiting on Fargoth to do his foul deed that we're going to capitalize on, here's our current map. Can't wait to get down to Grasping Fortune area. But I'm really excited, too, because, yeah, you might say, Zoo, this map's bigger than what my Skyrim Home of the Nords map is. And, Zoo, this map is bigger a little bit than what my portion of the map. You're right, it is. That's because we've got Such now. Such is basically interior complete at this point, so I went ahead and added that in, too. Now, we're not going to be going to Such. Like, that's not going to be happening because there's nothing there. There's literally no quests or anything. But now we won't have to see the world end in this horrible fucking all of a sudden like the entire fucking bottom drops out of the world. I always hate that. And so just know that we will be able to see Such in the distance, although we will not be going there anytime soon, right? And now we just keep watch. So chat, in the meantime, if you have any questions for me about Morrowind or anything, feel free to ask. We got a little bit of time while we wait for Fargoth to drop off his money in his hiding place. No, I mean the game time period, not modern game design. Oh, wonder how futuristic fantasy would look like. So Morrowind does have some elements. Like, for example, Morrowind has airships that you'll see. So it actually has airships like Zeppelins that are fueled by magic, which is really neat. It's also got, like, magic tech, and you'll see that as we get closer to Narcissus. There's some things exploring that. But yeah, you mean like a cyberpunk, like futuristic setting, only Morrowind, Elder Scrolls universe, would be fucking incredible. I'm not gonna lie, that would be cool as fuck. Yeah, I think that would be extraordinarily based. Come on, you little fucker. Go into sneak mode. Yeah, we got us a good old-fashioned reconnaissance mission. He's going to start his sneak maneuver here soon. Yep, he's looking around. Is anybody seeing me? Yep, not time yet. Keep watching him. Yeah, I love that this character has always got magic to fall back on, though. I love that about this character. Because I would have been in deep trouble with the condition of my weapons going in that dungeon. I would have been in some bad trouble. And now we're good to go. And we're especially going to be good to go once we reach Balmora, and there's certain weapons that we're going to be getting that are going to change the way we fucking do things here. Is it raining outside? Nope, it's just windy as fuck. Let's say. Had to open my master bedroom patio door for a second. See, is it fucking raining? I thought I heard rain out there. Oh, okay, no, it is raining. Okay, there it is. Come on, little Fargoth. Come on, little guy. Come on, little guy. Yeah, hurry up, bro, LOL. Yeah, we're just staking him out right now. This is a stakeout mission. So we just got to wait for him to do his thing. Basically, we're waiting for him to go to his hiding spot. Oh! Is he sneaking? Yep, there he goes! There he goes! Little fucker's sneaking. There he goes. Where's he going to head out? Where's he going to head to? Yeah, we see you. We see you sneaking, you little fucker. There he goes. Where's he heading? Okay, so he goes to that corner there. He's going to head this way. Oh, shit. Oh, shit, shit. Oh, shit. Okay. Okay. Thought he caught us for a second. Now he's heading to that tree over there. And now he wandered into that scum pond. Okay. Wah! Okay, well, it's pretty obvious that's where it is, so we're going to go to bed at this point. And then in the morning, when he's going back along his tacit town, we'll go collect that stuff. And we'll head out. Do we want to read a book before we go to bed? What do you think, chat? Do you want to read one of these books? I'm going to let you guys vote. Do we want to read? I'm not going to read A Dance in the Fire Chapter 6, because that's a full 6-parter. We'll read it when we get all 6. Do we want to read Serpent of Thieves, or do we want to read The Race Wedding Dowry? Or do we not want to read a story and we just want to move on with the game? What do we want to do, chat? Let me know.
If you touch anything, I'll slice your hand off myself.
Fuck you, idiot.
I can't
I'm
help
working for you.
Get healed elsewhere.
We rent
All right.
beds. I have some goods for barter. What do you want?
Yep, let's read a bedtime story. Okay, do you want the Race Wedding Dowry, or do you want Serpent of Thieves? Which story are you wanting? We're going to get a bed.
Yes, we have one available. It's 10 gold for the rest of the day. Do you want it?
Boy, you sound so enthusiastic.
Great. The bed is yours. Enjoy your stay.
So, yes, we have a bed available. We'll do
Tell
that
your
what
friends
you want.
about this place.
This is cozy. Thieves, okay? Alrighty. Before we go to bed, we'll go ahead and read Serpent of Thieves, and then we can sell it. The good news is now we can sell it for $350 after we read it. So, alright, here we go. This looks interesting, said Indic, his eyes narrowing to observe the black caravan making its way to the spires of the secluded castle. A gaudy alien coat of arms marked each carriage, the lacquer glistening in the light of the moons. Who do you suppose they are? Well, they're obviously well off, smiled his partner, Hiraya. Perhaps some new imperial cult dedicated to the acquisition of wealth? Go into town and find out what you can about the castle, said Indic. I'll see if I can learn anything about who these strangers are. We'll meet on this hill tomorrow night. Hiraya had 2 great skills, picking locks and picking information. By dusk of the following day, she had returned to the hill. Indic joined her an hour later. The place is called Old Aloyres, she explained. It dates back to the Second Era, when a collection of nobles built it to protect themselves during one of the epidemics. They didn't want any of the diseased masses to get into their midst and spread the plague, so they built up quite a sophisticated security system for the time. Of course, it's mostly fallen into ruin, but I have a good idea about what kind of locks and traps might still be operational. What did you find out? I wasn't nearly so successful, frowned Indic. No one seemed to have any idea about the group, even that there were here. I was about to give up, but at the charter house I met a monk who said his masters were a hermetic group called the Order of Saint Udunia. I talked to him for some time, this fellow by the name of Parathian, and it seems they're having some sort of ritual feast there tonight. Are they wealthy? Asked Uriah impatiently. Embarrassingly so, according to the fellow, but they're only at the castle for tonight. Well, I have my picks on me, winked Uriah. Opportunity has smiled on us. She drew a diagram of the castle in the dirt. The main hall and kitchen were near the front gate, and the stables and secured armory were in the back. The thieves had a system that never failed. Uriah would find a way into the castle and collect as much loot as possible, while Indic provided the distraction. He waited until his partner had sealed the wall before rapping on the gate. Perhaps this time he would be a bard or a lost adventurer. The details were most fun to improvise. Uriah heard Indic talking to the woman who came to the gate, but she was too far away to hear the words exchanged. He was evidently successful. A moment later, she heard the door shut. The man had charm, she'd give him that. Only a few of the traps and locks to the armory had been set. Undoubtedly, many of the keys had been lost in time. Whatever servants had been in charge of securing the Order's treasures had brought a few new locks to affix. It took extra time to maneuver the intricate hasps and bolts of the new traps before proceeding to the old, but still working systems. But Harriet found her heart beating with anticipation. Whatever lay beyond the door, she thought, must be of sufficient value to merit such protection. When at long last the door swung quietly open, the thief found her avaricious themes paled to reality. A mountain of golden treasure, ancient relics glimmering with untapped magicka, weaponry of matchless quality, gemstones the size of her fist, row after row of strange potions, and stacks of valuable documents and scrolls. She was so enthralled by the sight that she did not hear the man behind her approach. "You must be Lady Tressid," said the voice, and she jumped. It was a monk in a black hooded robe, intricately woven with silver and gold threads. For a moment, she could not speak. This was the sort of encounter that Indic loved, but she could think of nothing but nod her head with what she hoped looked like certainty. "I'm afraid I'm a little lost," she stammered. "I can see that," the man laughed. "That's the armory. I'll show you the way to the dining hall. We were afraid you weren't going to arrive. The feast is nearly over." Harriet followed the monk across the courtyard to the double doors leading to the dining hall. A robe identical to the one he was wearing hung on the hook outside, and he handed it to her with a knowing smile. She slipped it on. She mimicked him as she lowered the hood over her head and entered the hall. Torches illuminated the figures within around the large table. Each wore the uniform black robe that covered all features, and from the look of things, the feast was over. Empty plates, platters, and glasses filled every inch of the wood, with only the faintest spots and dribbles of the food remaining. It was a breaking of a fast, it seemed. For a moment, Harriet stopped to think about poor lost Lady Tressid, who had missed her opportunity for gluttony. The only unusual item on the table was its centerpiece, a huge golden hourglass, which was of the last minute's worth of sand. Although each person looked alike, some were sleeping, some were chatting merrily to one another, and one was playing a lute. Indic's lute, she noticed. And then noticed Indic's ring on the man's finger. Harriet was suddenly grateful for the anonymity of the hood. Perhaps Indic would not realize that it was she, and that she had blundered. "Tressid," said the young man to the assembled, who turned as one of her and burst into applause. The conscious members of the order arose to kiss her hand and introduce themselves. Nerdla, Suklik, Kyler. The names got stranger. Toniop, Hirilitz, Noitarop. She could not help laughing. "I understand. It's all backwards. Your real names are Uldrin, Celius, Relic, Pinuot, Stilra, Parathon." "Of course," said the young man. "Won't you have a seat?" "Say," giggled Harriet, getting into the spirit of the mask and taking an empty chair, "I suppose that when the hourglass runs out, the backwards names go back to normal?" "That's correct, Tressid," said the woman next to her. "It's just one of our order's little amusement. This castle seemed like the appropriately ironic venue for our feast, devised as it was to shun the plague victims who were, in their way, a walking dead." Harriet felt herself lightheaded from the odor of the torches and bumped into the sleeping man next to her. Her face fell forward onto the table. "Poor escrow Tresif," said the neighboring man, helping to prop the body up. "He has given us so much." Harriet stumbled on her feet and began walking uncertainly for the front gate. "Where are you going, Tressid?" asked one of the figures, his voice taking on an unpleasant, mocking quality. "My name isn't Tressid," she mumbled, gripping Indic's arm. "I'm sorry, partner. We need to go." The last crumb of sand fell in the hourglass as the man pulled back his hood. It was not Indic. It was not even human, but a stretched grotesquerie of a man with hungry eyes and a wide mouth filled with tusk-like fangs. Haria fell back into the chair, the figure they called Esric Tursif. His hood fell open, revealing the pallid, bloodless face of Indic. As she began to scream, they fell on her. In her last living moment, Haria finally spelled Tressid backwards. Well, that's kind of a fun story to go to bed to, isn't it? Let us rest and start the day anew. Now, Phil, there are hundreds of books just like that, buddy. Hundreds of them. Of these amazing little short stories like that you can read in the game. Are you starting to see yet, Phil? Are you starting to see how incredible this game's world and setting are? I hope so. Wow, this bro's like locked in, so we're just going to come over here on the other side where he can't see us, like John Cena, and we're going to take his shit. I'm not waiting around anymore. Thanks, buddy. Horrible, LOL. I hope you don't have nightmares. Yeah, that was a fun little story. But two things. Now we can sell the book that we've read it. We'll read those every night if we have a book available to us that's not a serial. We'll read it.
Welcome to Aryl's
Nope,
Trade
we're
House.
just selling a book,
I
dude.
barter for goods
just
or
selling a book.
coin. I also have a small selection of spells for sale. No credit. You want a little advice?
God,
That's
you're tough,
free.
man.
That's all that's free. Would you like to hear?
Nope, don't want to hear it. Yeah, I read a lot in Oblivion and Skyrim. Yeah, there's even more in Morrowind. Like, it's insane.
Speak up. Come on then. Say something or move on. You were supposed to find Fargoth's hiding place. Were you able to?
I did.
You found his hiding place? That's great. Tell you what, I'll give you 100 gold, and you can keep anything else that you found in there. Thanks for your help.
Thanks,
Good
buddy.
that you found that for me, friend. I'll make that little fetcher pay for lying to me. Although I've got to be honest, it is kind of fun messing with the little guy. I like to take something from his place and stick it in that old barrel in the Census and Excise courtyard. Gives the new arrival something to look forward to.
This guy's such an asshole. Such a fucking loser asshole, but hey, he paid. That's all that matters to me. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to get a meal before we leave. It's always best to eat breakfast.
Beds. I have some goods for barter. What do you want?
I want breakfast. Let's go with the aromatic soup. That sounds good. And that's for Ashfall. That's going to fill our meters up. And now we can check out our next quests here, which are finally going to take us to Pelagian. Kind of going to expand our world a little bit, guys. Do they use the same books in all three games? Do the mods add more books the modders wrote? So yes, the answer is yes and yes. So the different games now, I think some books make it into other games, some don't. It's based on setting. But yeah, each game has both its unique books, and each game also has books that they share across games. Like a Dance in the Fire, I think that's in all three games, the full Dance in the Fire set, right? Now, modders also write books that are painstakingly made sure that they're lore-friendly and they fit the cadence of the writing of Morrowind's books. And then in Tamriel Rebuilt, they add books all the time, too, yeah. Alright, so let's check our journal and see what's left to do here in Saint Denis. I think we're heading to Balmora, or not Balmora, but I think we're heading toward Pelagian at this point, though. We're going to go to Options, we're going to go to Quests, and yeah, Little Lightwood is the only thing we really have left. And we're not going to do all these quests. Like, I know we've still got a quest chain for Raflad the Braggart, but that'll give us something to do the next time we stop by in Saint Denis, you see. So keep in mind, you don't always have to do all the quests in the town while you're in the town. And in fact, some of these might be beyond our character, Phil, as you found out with that wonderful, wonderful trip to Firemoth at level 1. Right? Alrighty. Make our way on the road to Pelagian, which was the beneficiary of the fort that was originally supposed to have been built in Saint Denis. I'm going back at level 1. Yeah, you're stubborn. Yeah, that early morning sun is beautiful. Oh boy. Might as well skin him. That way we get our survival skill up. There we are. All right. Why aren't you painting? I haven't gotten into painting yet, but we will paint. Before we leave Saint Denis, we'll do a drawing or a painting there. That's a good idea, Phil. Because we're going to head back to Saint Denis once we fulfill the... Because we got to head back to Thevir once we get to the lighthouse. And there's the Ogrim. There he is. So we're good to go here. There he is. Can you skin humans? I have never tried. I'm not a psychopath. It's a good question. Hello, sir. All right, let's do some skinning real quick. Survival skill just leveled up. That's what we like to fucking see, man. Hello, sir. Are you the Ogrim we were sent to find? Why ain't he attacking you? Because he's not just because he looks like a monster doesn't mean he is, Phil. Come on.
Come thither, and through Lord Coxsworth's riddle. New man thing, not devor. Ha ha. Answer anyway.
Okay. I'm answering Lord Coxsworth's riddle.
Okay, here's the first riddle.
Wait, you said riddle, not riddles. So? Okay, fine. Give me the first riddle.
Okay, the kind of coat that is always wet when you're wet, and you put on the wet coat. What kind of coat you put on to get wet?
A raincoat?
Maybe. Okay, next riddle. I forget what Lord Cookshire said, but I know one. How many alchemists does it take to screw in an alembic?
That's a joke, not a riddle.
You answer me or no?
2.
Ha, ha, 2. But they have to be really small. Ha, ha, I don't get it. Let Cora tell me this one. She said this best one. Okay, last riddle, 3 chests. Pick one. 1 treasure, 1 nothing, 1 death by tiny cuts.
That's not a riddle either.
Lord got try to say more, but I forgot. West chest is best. The drop protects nothing. The middle road explode. 1 treasure, 1 nothing, 1 death by tiny cuts.
Okay. Okay, dude. Why is he wearing a chastity belt, LOL? Because that's just his style, homie. That's just how he wants to do things. And who are we to judge? Live your best life, King. Let's let our stamina heal, and then I think it's this chest, if I remember right. But we got to pick right, otherwise we could be in a lot of trouble. last thing we want is Daedra-inspired trouble. Okay, I think we bashed it enough to where we can pick it, though. Yeah, we're good. We beat the lockup enough to where the pick works. Man, we're terrible at lock picking, though. Oh my god. Are you serious? Come on, man. Oh no, now I don't get to beat you! And then he disappeared. So we guessed right. We got the Lightwood. Okay. And he goes, oh, I don't get to beat you now. What a nice guy. What a super nice gentleman. Alright, well. Alright, we're good to head back. Well, that was a fucking interesting quest, wasn't it, guys? I don't understand what just happened, Phil said. We just had our first Daedra encounter, Phil, and they're very strange like that. So, a little bit of lore, because, yeah, Daedra are creatures from an alternate plane called Oblivion. So they're from an alternate dimension, basically. And Daedra are very dangerous. They're often very intelligent, although that one wasn't. And they can do things that defy reality, right? And that was a Daedra who decided to test me in a game of riddles over some firewood. So basically, it was a high-stakes riddle game where he gets to beat me up if I fail the riddles. And if I win the riddles, then I get the firewood, the light firewood that she wanted for the lighthouse. Very silly. Very, very silly. As Daedra often can be. Silly and yet very threatening as well. I don't understand what just happened. That's good. All I can say to that is yes.
I'll tell you what I can.
No, actually, I'm here for you.
Did you find the Daedra or the wood?
I gave both.
Yes, this will save me so many trips up the stairs the next few weeks. I tried to think of a suitable gift and settled on this Kwama miner's belt. It isn't quite as good as carrying your own lighthouse around, but I hope it serves you well. The Ogrim referred to me by name? How very odd. What a mystery. What a shame it will never be solved.
See, she doesn't even know what's happening. Can you defeat him? Yeah, I mean, if he tries to beat you up at level 1, you're going to have a hard time, but, like, a guy's really strong. He could probably one-shot me at level 1. But, yeah, technically speaking, you could beat his ass and take the firewood. But we did it probably what was the best way at this level to do it. But, yeah, if you get the riddle wrong, he'll fight you. Like, he'll beat you up. Like, he gets to hit you. Yeah, you can do it at level 1. It's just going to be a tall order to beat an Ogrim at level 1. Let alone his big, fat, beefier bro, the Ogrim Titan, which are even worse. But that's just a regular Ogrim. Alright, well, there's nothing left of us here, so we're going to go talk to the scout, and we're going to get directions to Balmora and head out. Do you get anything for fighting him? I'm not sure. I've never done it. So that's something we will have to try with you. And, of course, the guy who survived in a carrion flight. And, of course, the guy who went to Firemoth right off the bat. Because there's I want to see what's on the island. Of course you would want to fight the Ogrim. That's really funny. Like, just show up and punch him in the face. Like, punch him right in the mouth, right off the bat. Give me the firewood,
I have
bitch.
some goods for barter. What do you want?
Let's see here. Give me the fucking firewood. I don't want to hear your dumb mouth. Pow! Right in the kisser.
Okay, I'm listening.
Yeah, you offered directions before. I want to go to Balmora.
Balmora is the district seat of House Hlalu and the largest settlement on Vardenfell after Vivec City. Good roads lead north from here to Balmora, passing through Fort Pelagiad and Pelagiad Village. From Balmora, roads lead north to Aldrun through the town of Caldera. Maybe I'd better write down the directions to Balmora for you. It's a long walk and a little confusing.
Let's do it.
All right. I'll repeat what I said.
No need. I got it. She said no, not until you light her fire.
Come, I like you.
Did he just say I love you? We got a pretty nice Night Eye built, though, which is going to really be useful. We got a pretty good starter kit here.
If I ever see that elf, he's in so much trouble.
Do we want to play a game of 9 holes? I think we do before we go. Oh, hello, I was just thinking of you. Can I help you with something? Yeah, I challenge you to 9 holes, my friend. Since you helped take care of Fargoth's hiding place, I can get back into the games here at the trade house. I'm not one for Alone's game of 13 Telvanni, but 9 holes, you better watch your moves. 8 gold says I beat you. Just get the game started on the table. Ew, that dude wants to light your fire, too. Well, instead of doing that, Phil, we're just going to play some 9 holes.
Now's the time to talk.
We're going to bet 8 gold, and we're going to be red. And here we go.
I will listen, Outlander, but make it quick.
Okay, now he's moved there.
Count only the happy hours.
Okay. Okay.
Where is that slave?
God damn it. Okay, he won. Well, that was fun. There's your 8 gold, asshole, but I'll get it back someday.
This is a grand day. Greetings.
The pub games are really fun, guys. The pub games are really, really fun. And that's a mod called 9 holes. Think of it like tic-tac-toe, except once you inevitably reach the point where nobody can put an X or an O on the board, you then move your X, and you guys take turns moving positions of your X's and O's until somebody wins. It's a really nice evolution of tic-tac-toe is what it is. Very fun. Very entertaining. Very fucking fun. Good stuff. All right, I guess we're on our way to Balmora now. Did you do that on purpose, like those mobile rage bait ads? They should have a card game like they do, Phil. They do have a card game. There's Caravan and 13 Telvanni. There's 2 card games. Did you do that on purpose, like those mobile rage bait ads? I did not. I genuinely wanted to try a game of 9 holes, and I lost terribly at it. I did a terrible job at playing, but. No, I promise, not an ad. Hashtag, not an ad. Go play card games. When we get to the next town that we're going to, I might. You again? Fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. We have a mobile triple triad. Love playing. Oh my god, I love dude. Triple Triad is the greatest card game ever made. I don't give a fuck what anybody else says about Final Fantasy VIII. It doesn't matter because Final Fantasy VIII contains Triple Triad. You forgot your sword in that water dungeon thing? Oh, I did, but we'll go back there. We're going to be back in Satanin. It'll give us something to grab. Yeah, we'll do a return visit to Adamus Artis. But I really want to get moving on toward Balmora, toward this city right here. So we got quite a road trip. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to stop by the smith, and we're going to peruse their selection of goods, and we're going to try to get, we are going to really try hard to get some better equipment, and get our equipment loadout settled, right? Now that we actually got some fucking money, we got 1,000 gold. Not a bad start leaving the opening city. Got to tell you guys, not a bad start at all. Tandava, what's up? I'm just waking up and obviously late, but evening/morning, folks. Evening/morning. Welcome to Midnight Morrowind Club, although we're well past midnight at this point. All right, guys, welcome to Pelagian. Remember that the potential of Satanin? Well, Pelagian is basically that potential brought to its foremost conclusion, right? So this is the town that actually succeeded in getting the Imperial Fort to replace Fort Firemoth. They figured, hey, we'll just put it on the road. It can service Satanin, but also it's on the strategic road between Vivec and Balmora to protect that, which is essential. Laugh out loud. Sebastian Inst, chest shuffle. Well, it's funny you mentioned Sebastian. We're going to be seeing Sebastian right now. Mr. Sebastian Inst. What's your question, stranger? Can I help you find your way around Pelagian? Maybe. You won't buy moon sugar, so we're not going to worry about that. But I will go ahead and sell you some shit that I don't need. We're gonna have to get with the cooking and the brush crafting soon too, which I'm pretty excited to do. So that'll be it for the sale. But what do you have for us in terms of medium armors? And the answer is jack fucking shit. You got some backpacks, which I do want to get eventually. Got some backpacks. In fact, we might get one now, but let's see how much. Let's see how expensive shit's gonna be. Holy shit! No, I'm not paying you 500 gold for that. No, not when I got magic for ghosts. Nope. Looking very nice. Yeah, I love the magical effects we have there. Very cool. All right. Well, this guy doesn't have jack shit, so we're gonna go ahead and move on from his shop. Oh, forgot to sell. Shit. We'll go ahead and sell what we can, right? Cuddle, crab meat. Although, you know what? I am going to keep one thing of rat meat. I'm going to show you the cooking mechanic in the game, actually. This is a good place to show it off. Yeah, there we go. And I don't need a torch anymore because I've got that night eye now. So, all right. There we go. 5 gold. Whatever.
Keep moving.
And I hear a fire. Or no, we'll go to the pub for that. We'll head over to the pub real quick, and I'll cook for you. So you can see the cooking mechanic at work. So there's the fireplace. And what we're going to do... Oh, shit. Where'd it go? Okay, no. I have to place it right in. I feel like it's going to burn it. Okay. Oh, it's not. That must not be an ashfall fire. It's not working. Okay. That's fine. We'll find one that works. I was going to say, so have you ever done a pure thief playthrough? I have not yet. Although this guy's going to be a thief. He's going to have some... He's got sneak and he's got illusion.
Your choice.
So it won't be a pure thief, but he will definitely have some stealth once we get him developed a little bit, right?
Sorry, stranger. My time is short, so get on with it.
Nah, you're not worth it. Okay. Alright, well, let's go ahead and head on then. And then when I find a fire, we'll cook some rat meat, an actual fire that works with ashfall. That one, nope, that's another hearth fire, so there's a certain fire. There is so much gold to be had in Pelagia. There is.
I'll be happy to help you, stranger. I'm Ulernil. People are fairly friendly here in Pelagiad. We don't mind answering a few questions.
Seems that way. So I need to get my short sword repaired. We'll go ahead and do the chitin boots and the flint. We'll go ahead and repair all that. Cool. That leaves, 985 left. And he's got an actual good fucking selection. So let's do this, okay? So he wants 250 for the shield. We'll go ahead and trade that in, because that's much better, I feel like. So 8 versus 7. Not worth 250 gold better. No, it's not. Okay. Let's do... We're going to stick with chitin boots. I'm good with that. Steel greaves. We'll do steel armor if he has it. He does not. Oh, yeah, okay. There's a steel cuirass. Okay, we'll take the steel cuirass. I will take bone mold pauldrons. I like that. I like the idea of that. Or not pauldrons, but... And then... chain right pauldron. And yeah, that pretty much suits it. We'll have all 3 armor types at play then. 624 is not too bad. 610, and he accepted. Let's see, a sneakier playthrough that does sound kind of cool. Not usually the route I go in Morrowind, especially not modded out. Could be fresh in a more modded game. Yeah, I've got some modded characteristics that are going to help with that. Let's see if we can get my boy's drip here looking really good here. Actually, that does not look too bad at all. I kind of like that drip. Let's take a look here. We do need to add the steel cuirass. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah. My boy is dripping, I feel like. Yeah, not bad. Look at this fucking armor. Wow. What mod does that come from? I don't know, but I'm digging it. Holy shit. Okay. That's definitely a more Western-style armor, for sure. Actually, that looks kind of Nibonese to me. Not gonna lie. We're in fucking business. What do you have? What do you have for bows? That's like the last thing we need is a good bow. And you don't have shit. We're gonna have to get that at Balmora. Okay. I understand. Well, there's not much reason for us to stay here except for that brief stopover. So we're gonna go ahead and continue on. Yeah, this has been a really good start so far, though. I'm pretty happy with it. Pretty freaking happy with it. Oh my god, we got 23 fucking people in here. Don't be shy, don't bite. Not hard, guys. So if you want to say something in the chat or you want to talk, 23 people in here. That's fucking crazy, man. Well, welcome in. If there's any new people. Yeah, I just looked at it. I usually never look at that because nobody usually stops in here, but yeah, that's fucking awesome, man. Welcome to a heavily modded Morrowind. We'll be discussing mods as we go. And we are onward to our next destination. Oh, don't do that. Kind of low on magic till I get... Oh my god, what is going on with this? There we go. Don't do that. That's crazy, though. 23 might be a new record. Thank you guys so much. How the fuck did we find 23 people who want to watch fucking Morrowind at 3 in the morning Central Time. Gonna have to call it a night, however. Good night, everyone. Have a good stream. Thanks, Pyratosis, for stopping by, man. We appreciate you. We'll definitely be doing this again. It's gonna be a Morrowind kind of weekend aside from Easter. You know, gotta do the family festivities for Easter, and wouldn't want to miss that for the world. But other than that, I feel like this is a real Morrowindy kind of weekend for me. Which, fuck, let's be honest, that should be every weekend, right? Oh my god. Stop hitting that button. F is not fucking R, Zoo.
How does the day greet you, friend? Begging your pardon, have you seen a bandit nearby? I must find him.
Begging your pardon? Okay, let's see here. You're so proper, but let's talk about this. Yes, I was just walking along here, minding my own business. Suddenly, a bandit jumped at me from behind. He was a dark elf, a strong, dashing dark elf. He didn't harm me in any way, although he just stole your jewels, right? He was quite gentle, and he talked to me for what seemed like forever.
What's that? Oh, never mind the jewels. I just want to find the bandit again. He was charming and funny, and I simply must see him again. His name? Nalos On-Ma. A name that will stay on my lips for eternity. Please, I cannot live without knowing if he could ever love me. I have nothing to offer you in return, but could you not help me for the sake of love?
Sure. Maybe. You don't have any money, though, and you just admitted to me that you don't have any money. Switch says they're disappointed with the Switch 2 and ready to play Morrowind instead. Yes! Everybody should be playing Morrowind instead. I mean, play Morrowind instead of anything. Morrowind is the game of games, guys. But, we've got a dilemma, chat. Bitch has no money, but wants help. Which is going to make us have to hike our ass all the way back to Pelagian. Do we want to take time for this very well-mannered, soft-spoken lady? Do we want to help her out? Or do we want to tell her to kick rocks? Now, the problem with telling her to kick rocks is she will stand here till the end of fucking time if we do that. But, certainly an option we have. Or do we want to see if we can't be matchmaker here? No thanks. Philly, you're such a savage. I think we're going to help her this time. You know, every once in a while, this character will do a freebie. Especially for a pretty face, I guess. Let's do it. I'll try to find this, man. Plus, you never know. Down the line, sometimes favors are worth things, too. We try to stay away from pure altruism on this playthrough, but every once in a while, you gotta do it.
You'll try? Thank you, so. I'm sure you'll be able to find him. He mentioned something about having to head south, so I imagine he might be found in Pelagiad. Please, if you find him, give him this glove for me as a token of my love. I'm certain he will want to find me again.
All right, well, okay. God damn it. Alrighty. This better be worth it. So there is a cave right there that we could go into. There is a cave we could go into there. But we're not gonna. Because I'm level 1. And that cave leads to some bad things. Well, we're not going all the way back to Pelagian, Philly. We're just or all the way back to Satanine. We're just going back to Pelagian. So, you know, we'll get that old rusty iron sword next time we're in Satanine, which will be soon. We'll be back there relatively soon. But yeah, we're not going back there. We're heading here instead is where we're going to be heading. So, yeah. Beautiful, peaceful Pelagiad. Wait till you guys see Balmora. You guys are gonna shit. Balmora is so good now. There's a new mod that just released. Odai, Lifeblood of Balmora. Woo! It's so good, guys. It's so fucking good. And we'll be there before y'all know it. We're just making a brief stop here. Philly would just leave that poor lady on the road. Man. Yes? Looking for Nello Sanmar? Yeah, he's in the tavern somewhere. Go check over by the bar. Yeah, these types are usually in the tavern, and there he is. Hello, sir. You common
What's your question,
thief?
stranger? Can I help you find your way around Pelagiad?
Let's see here. We need to talk to you. Are you Nelos?
I'm Nalos. What do you want?
Hey, Nelos, I've got a glove for you.
You have... What?
Yes?
How? Odd. She was a lovely young woman. But what would she want with a rogue like me? She is beautiful, though, and seems sweet. For the first time in my life, I actually felt a little remorse for robbing someone. I should see her again. Here, take this. Tell her you have a note from Nalos. I must see her again. I won't forget this, friend.
Philly says she didn't want my number. So just leave her on the side of the road? Phil's like, yeah, I'm not gonna be a errand boy for some other dude. Like, Philly's like, that's cuck behavior, right? Nah, we're trying to play the long game, Philly. The long game is hopefully she looks wealthy, right? So hopefully she will have some sort of delayed reward for us, whether it's jewels or high-end potions. We're going to try to play the long game on this one.
Yes. Just
we could come up short.
I think she'll be happy.
But you never know until you try.
Until I'm with her again, I'll keep it close to my heart.
I don't trust this guy.
She must get that letter.
As far as I can throw it, to be honest. But you know, a task is a task, and it was a very short detour. That's the only thing that saved her ass there. Because, you know, admitting to me that you don't have any gold when you're dressed to the nines like that, I don't half believe you. Let's get our menu unfucked real quick. There we go. Okay. Let's go give the lady Nalos' note. Let's read the note. And I guess that's my question. Should we pry, chat? Should we look at that note? Should we take a look at the note and see what it says, or should we just deliver it? I got a delayed reward for her. My butt burritos after a big load of Taco Bell. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's exactly the kind of thing the lady would not want. Like, how romantic. Here, have some Taco Bell farts, right? What are you doing, man? That's not how you get on her good side, Philly. Okay. Now, there's a cave that might be worth popping our head in. Let's do it. Yeah, we got enough space. We got time. Oh, no, that's Ulamusa. No, that is not the one we want. That's the one where God the Rod resides in there. The rod from God, and he will pound our fucking head in. No, not yet. Eventually. There's another cave we're going to explore. Different cave. Sorry. It's all good. I got max persuasion skill, so I'm sure showing. You better be at like 100 personality and like 70 speechcraft to talk your way out of a Taco Bell fart, homie. That seems pretty daunting. I must find that bandit. I believe he's in Pelagian. Perhaps he'll come back to find me, though. Yep, here's the note.
He gave you a letter to give to me? Wonderful. Thank you so. I knew that he cared. You know, you didn't have to do all of this for me, and I really appreciate it. You're clearly a wonderful person. You should visit my friend Emuzet Brak in Tel Arun. She's a wonderful person, and I think the two of you would get along famously.
Okay. Interesting. Give me 1 second here. I think I've cracked the code on this. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to solve a mystery here, Scooby-Doo gang. Because I was seeing something interesting here. Okay, sorry about that. All right, we're good to go. We're on our way back to Balmora.
How does the day greet you, friend?
Road to Balmora continues. Well, hopefully that works out, but she said that she has a friend, Emusket Braca. So, see, Phil? We stopped to help a lady on the road. We might have a blind date set up. Oh, she's going to hook me up with her friend? Okay, I'll keep the Taco Bell farts. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You're going to get hooked up. You don't just start with the Taco Bell farts. That's like year 5 relationship shit, man. Ah, here's that cave I was talking about. I keep wasting my fucking magic. Alright. Let's do this shit. Alright, so we got a worn cavern door. So anytime we have doors in dungeons, we want to use the probe. And this is why the probe is so useful, fam. If I was better at security, it'd be more useful. There, trap. So there was a trap on there. So that trap might have zapped our shit. Let's let our stamina heal up. That way we can fight these assholes. This will just take a minute. A little bit longer. All right. And we are ready. Fuck out of here. Fuck did you think you were going to do?
You will suffer greatly.
Did you see this fucking idiot? She got hit by her own trap. Oh, not two Blightums, were you? Oh, that's incredible. And we got an Ixound to skin. Yep, that survival skill went up. Phil's wanting us to do some painting. We're going to have to try to do that here soon. Yeah, Phil asked me to paint a picture. So when we get to Balmora, we'll paint the harbor. Okay, buddy? That'll be a good place to probably get everything wrapped up on. Huzzah! I say we skin them. There we go. Skin the dead guy? You're such a savage. Okay. I don't know if you can, but let me try here. Okay. Next dead guy I can, I'll skin. I'll try to skin. For Phil, again, this is not something I condone, chat. We are not sociopaths here, except Phil. $40 people in here now. What the fuck is happening? Not used to that. Uh-oh. This is where a bow would come in handy, guys. I need to get that bow as soon as... Yeah, here she comes. Can we sneak, maybe? Oh.
This is the end of you, S'Wit!
Oh, shit! I thought that was it for him. Let my guard down too fucking soon. Alright, let's see. Skin the dead guy. Yes, he does. Oh, we got a fat loot. Oh, boy. Never turn down a fat loot. All right, Phil wanted us to try to skin one of these people. Nope, doesn't work, buddy. So, Murlord, if you're in the chat, on the next update, you should make a special Phil update, Sociopath Edition, to where we skin, to where you allow us to skin, like, people. Murlord's going to be like, yeah, no. Oh, we found a 36 Lessons of Vivek. So I look forward to reading that. We're going to have a whole stream where we read that. A whole oh, shit! That would have been bad. I forgot to use the probe, see? Gotta use your probes, guys. Yeah, we're about out of shit. Alright, let's probe. Launching probe. Yep, see, that one had a trap. That one had a trap. Thank God for the Etrinek. Saved my ass on that last one. Boo, Phil says. I mean, I'm surprised you can't with the Dark Brotherhood being a thing in their game. Oh, that's true. Dark Brotherhood is definitely a thing. That is true. Got some Dunmer religious texts in this chest, and we're going to be out of space. Yep, okay. So what we'll do is we'll just put those aside for future dungeon delving. Basically, we're all out of space. We'll have to, next time we come by this way, and we will be coming by this road a lot, chat, we will finish liberating this dungeon. And what we'll do is we'll just loot and we'll put aside anything we want for next time. That's always a good strategy, because the bodies, when they disappear, they take the loot with them. So you want to make sure that one of the things you're doing is future-proofing your dungeon delves. Okay, that one's fine. No trap. Let's do the short sword and board for this one.
Die, fetcher.
Yeah, he's got fists. He's the perfect one to practice our short blade with. There we go. Yeah, got some hound meat. Okay, so here's a fire pit that we can maybe... Yeah, that's a fire. Okay, let's try to cook some hound meat real quick. Let's just try this. Where'd it go? Where the fuck did the hound meat go? Oh, god damn it. I think it fucking ate it. Okay, let's try again. I got other shit I can cook. Let's cook an Ashian. See if it's cooking on there. There's a way to cook. I just got to figure it out, right? And yeah, it's not cooking. So yeah, we'll figure out cooking. That's one thing we will figure out. I'm surprised they don't make a character class, a psychopath character class or a ghoul class that skins and eats people. I mean, there are classes that are more predisposed to that, I'm sure. But, like, it's certainly a play style you can choose to play. We're thirsty. We gotta stop and take a sip here. Get our needs met. We'll also go ahead and eat some bread. There we go.
There is no escape! Ugh.
Alright. Go ahead and put these weapons aside for next time. And again, I'm not a complete savage, so what I don't do is you'll never see me like strip their fucking clothes off. Like a lot of you guys are savages when you play these games, man. I can't bring myself to do it. So I'm a mercenary, but I have a soul, right? So we're not gonna go that far, but we will strip them of anything non-clothes related. Yeah, none of this stuff is really good for selling anyway, so, like, we're fine with it. And again, we will be heading back this way soon. All right. When we get to our next trading outpost or village, we will or city, we'll go ahead and offload all this wonderful stuff. That was a fun little pit stop, though, wasn't it? Oh my God, we've got a vast world to explore, though. Hope everybody's here for the long haul because we probably got 300 hours of playthrough on this. And that's just Morrowind. We haven't even talked about what's there is to explore in Cyrodiil and Skyrim yet. Check this out, guys. Check this out, chat. So here's Morrowind, the current available space with Morrowind. Here's Skyrim, which is like Solstheim-sized. And here's Cyrodiil, including one of the largest cities in the West, Anvil. So I'm super excited to get over that way, too. There's a lot of world to explore here. It's vast. It's absolutely vast. Oh, that's pretty. A little bit of a shrine. A wayside shrine. Gotta love it. Scrib alert! Scribs are so cool. Hey, little guy. How you doing? How you doing, little guy? You gotta take wins where you can get them, chat. And Scribs are one of the few friendly little guys out here in this hostile wilderness. There's another one. We're rolling a lot of Scribs. We're rolling a lot of D20s right now, guys. Sitting there snacking. We are almost to Balmora. Nah, we're close enough to Balmora. We can make it. Be a lot more shops to sell to there than at Fort Moonmoth. All right, we've left the beautiful Ascadian Isles, and we are now in the West Gash region, chat. So there is a whole mythos around how this region got its name, this whole West Gash, which is basically flows all the way up through here. And essentially what happened is the West Gash was formed after a monumental battle between Vivek and the Ruddy Man, which is one of the primordial creatures of the last Kalpa. And we'll be discussing that when we actually get into the lore and the mythos of the 36 Lessons of Vivek. But yeah, there's an actual mythos to why this region is carved out the way it is. And these are all scars from the battle between Vivek and the Ruddy Man, which is one of the Drew's gods. And here we are, chat. Balmora. We made it. Jewel of the Odai River, of the River Odai. And one of the largest cities on Vardenfell Island. Drink that view in. It always goes down smooth. This is home to a lot of people. Balmora is always the first city that most people get to, and it's always the city that most people fondly remember and stay at on their first playthroughs in Morrowind. It is the council seat of House Hlaalu. So this is the city where all the councilors meet to discuss Vardenfell's Hlaalu politics. And one of the oldest cities and settlements in the Vardenfell region. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to stop by here to the pawnbroker and offload all this junk that we just raided from these
Greetings, citizen. I'm
fucking
Dralasa
smugglers.
Nithrian. Welcome to Balmora. We're a House Hlaalu town and loyal citizens of the Empire. What can I do for you?
So a little bit of a lore dump for the chat and for Phil. House Hlaalu is one of 5 great houses in Morrowind and one of 3 great houses that has a presence on the island. They are typically a mercantile house. Now, they're not a capitalist house. They don't do capitalism. House Hlaalu is a mercantile house. They utilize the revenue and sales of the merchant class in order to fuel and propel Morrowind's interests, both abroad and in the country in general. They are the most loyal house and most open to Imperial influence because it brings money in. And in the view of House Hlaalu, using the Empire and being basically too big to fail in the eyes of the Empire in terms of sultrice and in terms of exporting goods from Morrowind and selling goods abroad to the rest of the Empire is in the best interest of Morrowind. They're less isolationist than, say, the Telvanni or the Dress or the Endorial. They want to work with the Empire, and they want to use the Empire. You know, a lot of people view them in Morrowind. A common accusation at the Hlaalu is you are collaborators with a imperial power who is occupying us. The Hlaalu says, no, we're not. We are using the Empire to bring vast amounts of wealth into Morrowind that we will eventually use to not only make our people thrive, but to control the Empire and the corrupt bureaucrats in the Imperial Council and the Elder Council with money. And House Hlaalu already has great influence, not only on the Imperial Council, but also abroad in the provinces. So it seems to be working, but a lot of people have this incorrect idea that they're just a capitalist house and that they're greedy and that they've stabbed Morrowind in the back. No. Most of the councilors, in fact, you'll start to see a connection with a lot of nationalist interests like the Kimona Tong. But in general, House Hlaalu operates as a mercantile operation in order to both expand the wealth, influence, and power of Morrowind abroad, as well as to secure and make Morrowind too essential to fail, which will allow them to have less and less imperial influence over time. When you live 500 plus years, human politics seems like children playing in many ways. Yes, Tandava, exactly. And that they take the long term. They take the long term approach. And they view the other houses and their predilections toward isolationism as being naive. So, yeah, just look at it that way. Look at them, instead of being, so people who are into economics, instead of being Austrian economics or Marxist economics, these guys look in terms of Keynesian economics. They play that large world island game, essentially. Yeah. So, all right, with that said, let's get some shit straightened out here. Is this where we can finally pick up a fucking bow worth its salt? I hope so. Oh, yeah, we gotta offload the skooma, too. Turn in the fat loot. Yeah, none of this shit is interesting. We'll do a lore read eventually, but I'm not interested in doing a lore read today, so we can sell those books. Those aren't necessarily entertaining stories in their own right. They're just not. They're not bad. I mean, it's very, very world building, but we're just not to the place where I really want to talk about the temple in chat yet, but we will get there. Okay, I think we're good. Let's see what kind of goods she has. So she does have a kite and short bow, which is fucking useless. I don't care or want that. We do have some baits. Bug shell spinner. Okay, I'm going to let the chat decide. Do we want a blue or do we want a green bug shell spinner for fishing? Which do we want? Got some really cool shit here. We got paint. Oh yeah, we're definitely gonna load up here. But I'm gonna let you pick my bait because we're gonna start collecting some lures for fishing. Because that fishing's gonna be really useful. In the meantime, I'll take what I know we want, which is I like blue better, but I don't know why. I feel like green might make the fish bite. Green it is. Ignore me though. No, we'll do green. So we'll get a fishing lure. Yeah, if anybody wants to talk, we got a lot of folks in the chat, and again, don't be shy, guys. I don't buy it, I promise. And I'm very open to discussion. So if anybody wants to throw anything in, if anybody wants to vote, go ahead and throw your vote in. Because we got a surprising number of fucking people in this chat. Like, I am floored right now. We're going to buy some parchment. I definitely want to buy some parchment. We're not going to be able to afford 50, but maybe 20 for painting. Yeah, let's do that. We'll buy a quill pen, because you need that. We need inkwell. We'll buy one inkwell at a time. Does it not take it? Because we get 20 uses out of that. Do we have colored pencils? Look for colored. Yep, there's colored pencils. So there's colored pencils there. Boom. And we're not good enough skill to really paint. The painting won't be worth anything. Got a silver lure. We'll take that. Because that's shiny. So now we've got a spinner. And we've got a shiny lure. So we're good to go on fishing for a little while. I think that's a good start. That's going to cost us 112 bucks with all the shit we sold. Okay. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right, shall we try out some painting real quick? I think we should. Let's try to paint that harbor, because I think that's a beautiful painting. What time is it? 6 p.m., so we still got a little bit of time. Okay. Balmora in the rain.
I will listen, Outlander, but make it quick.
Yeah, we gotta paint this. We have to paint you, Balmora. Wish it was a clearer day, but that's okay. We'll do our best. And honestly, I'm not super certain it matters in terms of painting. We just need to pick our angle here. Is there a way we can get up there? That would be groovy. No, okay. Not a good enough jumper here, so alright. We will resign ourselves to... There we go. I think that's a pretty good picture. There we go. Move over maybe a little bit. Maybe sidestep a little bit. Maybe sidestep a lot. I want to get that box out of the fuck. There we go. There we go. Let me get that lamppost out of the way. Picking an angle is the hardest part of get. There we go. I like that. Let's center. Let's do it, folks. We're going to draw. We want to rotate first. Oops. Yeah, first thing we want to do is rotate. Okay. All right, let's do an ink sketch first. And it's terrible because we have no skills in this yet. So it's going to look not great. Let's do a 7 outline. No, let's do a 5. 5 is good. Yeah, 5 is fine. Okay, we don't want any shadows right now. How are we for fog? No. Okay. How are we for contrast? That is a terrible fucking drawing, but it is what it is. I like it right there. Okay. There we are. We're going to call that Valmora first sketch. Let's take a look at how that turned out, shall we, chat? Not too bad. Now, here's the cool thing about this mod. Here's the awesome thing about the joy of painting. One of my favorite fucking mods on the fucking planet, guys. What this will do is as you gain in skill, this picture will get clarity, and it'll get more and more clear to the point where you are literally producing like a photographic image of that. And so you can also do it with colored pencils. I'm going to do it real quick with colored pencils for you. Let's rotate another one. Yep, let's rotate. Oh, no. Let's do it right here. And look, you can sell these. So and your value will go up as you do better, as your art stills get better and better, and they get better just like anything in Morrowind by using them. So there's a pencil drawing. Looks a little better to me. So how's our transparency? Let's take a look at that. Max and min. Ooh. I like that. But then if we take it all the way up to 100, it gets a little clearer. But we're going to go with 0 transparency. I like that. Saturation. Ooh! Ooh! Let's go with that. Contrast. And you can play with all this and just make masterpieces, man. There's that. Ooh, yeah. Let's do that. Sketch pattern. Yeah, skill level 11. Oh! So that's new. You can actually change your skill level now, and you can see it in real time. There's 11. There's a 10. Not much change yet, but that'll be really cool to see how that changes as things get in. We're not going to zoom. We're going to draw, and I like that much better than the last sketch we did. Look at that. And we're going to call that Valmora in color. And now we're at 12. Really cool. And look, you can see, like, it's all bent a little bit. Incredible. Incredible job, Murlord. Like, genuinely incredible. And chat, we will be posting all these mods as soon as I get the fuck off of here. We're going to be posting all of these mods, guys. All of them. So, that's fucking amazing. Okay. Anyway. 2025 Morrowind is better than any Skyrim in this world. Morrowind is the... When I say best game, I mean best game. I mean it. Like, it's so fucking good in 2025. And there is literally a playstyle. Theoretically, there is a game where someone just goes around and becomes the world's greatest artist or painter or sketcher, and they just go on adventures and do sketches and set up still life paintings and sell them for money. That is something you can realistically do in 2025 Morrowind. And it is fucking glorious. It's amazing that it's getting there in all the in all the ways it's always been better as far as environment and tone and world and setting. The vibe is just incredible in my opinion. It sure is, Tandava. Fruits, vegetables, and leafy greens. Support local farmers or try our imported goods. Pomegranates from Malagamur. Squib cabbage from the Altorithon. Figs and olives from Cyrodiil. Potato and radish from Skyrim. Looking for a place called the South Wall.
South Wall is a working-class corner club in Balmora, east of Odai River, on the south end of Labor Street, owned by Bacola Closius.
Okay.
Bacola Closius is the owner and proprietor of South Wall, a working-class Balmora corner club east of the Odai River.
Okay. That's the other thing. We need to go to the bookstore and we need to pick up a guide to Balmora. Is what we need to do next. So we got a weapons store. And here's the bookstore. Okay. Yeah, see if there's a guide to Balmora.
You're a new face. So what can I tell you about Balmora? I like to swap the latest rumors when there's something juicy enough to gossip about. Or maybe if you have a little secret, maybe I have one to trade.
Said, too bad there's no one left at Bethesda with any skill or integrity. Little Todd is still there, but he's hands off at this point. Can you imagine what Morrowind could be with people with the same vision and commitment and a modern budget and tools could do with the setting? Well, Tandava, I agree. There is something like that, though. It's called Tamriel Rebuilt. And we are slowly but surely working on that piece by piece. But yeah, eventually we'll have the entirety of Morrowind. We'll have this whole thing here. We'll have this whole part over here. We'll have the Redoran lands all the way up through here. Todd was half the problem. He scared the real talent. Yeah, I agree. I'm just being funny. I'm like, well, we still have little Todd there from the Morrowind team. We're going to have all of Skyrim connecting to Morrowind. We're going to have all of Cyrodiil connecting to Morrowind. And within the next 2 to 3 years, we're going to have the Rehad region of Hammerfell, and we're going to have a region of High Rock. So the future of Elder Scrolls is very, very good. We're in good hands, Tan. We are in the best hands. Terra's fire, and I know they're working on Skyrim and Cyrodiil. What? I didn't know about that. Yes. Yeah, they're almost, I would say they're 50% exterior complete in Rehad. And I thought I saw where they're starting questing on the release preview area of Brittany. Yeah, so absolutely. Black Marsh is the dream. Yeah, I didn't know about that. Yeah, so there's 2 other projects in development too, and that's Hammerfell and High Rock are also in development, active development. So there's 4. So there's 5. There's Tamriel Rebuilt. There's BCOM, which is overhauling the island. So there's BCOM for Vardenfell. Tamriel Rebuilt for the mainland. Then there's the province mods. Skyrim is in active development. Cyrodiil is in active development. Both of those are in heavy, full tilt development. You've got partial active development for Hammerfell and High Rock. And you've got Blackmarsh, Elsewhere, Valenwood, and Somerset Isles that are in conceptual right now. So they're in concept phase. And they're still working out the lore, the cultures, the religion, the politics. the assets, things like exteriors, interiors, village assets, still being worked on for those, but not in active development. So the goal is, again, by 2090 to have the whole fucking province. The whole thing is the goal. 100%. Anyway.
Are you by any chance for hire? There are a few books I would like to acquire or recover, such as Mixed Unit Tactics.
We've taken on enough quests for now, and we've got to find our patron, but we will come back to that. Guide to Balmora is what we want. Yeah, I'm here for it 100%. Me too. I just hope I live to see it, man. All right, we're going to go ahead and read through this. Guide to Balmora. It's very important. It looks like we've got Balmora, we've got to Caldera, to Ghostgate, to Pelagiad, Palal-Ode, Ebonheart. Yeah, okay. So here's the Balmora area, right? Okay, guys. So ready for a lore dump. Hope everybody's ready. Everybody ready? Okay, let's go. Balmora is the district seat of House Hlaalu and the largest settlement on Vvardenfell after Vivec City. Balmora has 4 districts. They're Hightown, the Commercial District, Labor Town, and Fort Moonmoth. Hightown, which is on the hill to the west, has the Tribunal Temple, the Hlaalu Council Hall, the Manor Houses, better shops, and the Morag Tong Guild Hall. Okay, which are often hired by House to conduct House War, which is lore we'll get into when the time comes. The Commercial District, just west of the river, is centered on the large plaza north of Southgate, with the Strider Port along the south wall. East of the Southgate, the Fighters Guild, your Mages Guild, and most of Balmora's shops and inns are going to be located along the streets of this commercial district. Now, Labor Town, east of the river, where the commoners and the poor live, has several modest corner clubs and a few merchants over that way. There's also going to be merchants on the bridge as well. Fort Moonmoth, which is a little bit of a walk southeast of town, houses the Legion Garrison and the Imperial Cult. Now, the services available are going to be the Tribunal Temple. Outlanders can travel outside of town walls to Southgate and east along the well-marked roads to Fort Moonmoth for Imperial Legion and the Imperial Cult services religiously. Guild halls of the Fighters Guild and Majors Guild are on the street north of the plaza in the Commercial District. And the Morag Tong services are available for hire at their guild hall in the extreme northwest of Hightown. Better shops are in Hightown on the hill with numerous merchants in the Commercial District as well. Notable figures, none of the Hlaalu counselors live in Balmora. Naleno Dorvain at the council hall is going to be our ranking Hlaalu local. Edis Fire-Eye is going to be the steward of the Fighters Guild. Ranis Aethris is going to be the Mages Guild steward. Ithasi Revlin is the Morag Tong steward, with Fedrello Sadri, the ranking cleric of the Balmora Tribunal Temple. Everybody says the colorful Sugar Lips Habasi, a freelance facilitator of no fixed address, is often rumored to be the local Thieves Guild boss. So as far as transportation, the roads are going to lead to Pelagiad, Satanine, Ebonheart, and Vivec to the south. A rugged wilderness track leads southwest along the Odai River to the fishing villages of Hlaa-Ode, and another southeast along the river Odai to Pelagiad. Improved roads are going to head north to Caldera and Alderun. The Siltstrider Port is also going to offer services that go to Alderun, Surin, Alderun again, and Satanine. So go out. It goes to Alderun twice. Good job, guys. Guild guides at the Mages Guild can also teleport you to Alderun, Vivec, Caldera, and Saldrith Mora for a fee. Shipmaster service is going to go to Gnarmach on the Bitter Coast, while gondolas will take you along the Odai River. Hlaa-Ode is southwest on the coast, and an unimproved trail is going to lead northeast up to the ravines of Foyata Mamea to Ghostgate. Path is easy enough to follow, but dangerous beasts threaten pilgrims who travel this road to the Ghostgate Shrine. So, oh yeah, baby, we are here. We are in our first major city.
Or go away.
And we are ready to get rocking and rolling here, and now we just got to find Caius. So we're heading east of the River Odai. Such a cool place, though, man. We haven't even factored in the fucking gray market. You know, this would be a nice way to paint from one of these bridges and just paint the Odai. Either up or down. That'd be kind of cool, wouldn't it? Alrighty. So it's like the scrib. So corner club, yep, south wall.
Let's hear it.
You must be Bacola.
Good day, I'm Bacola Closius, publican of the South Wall here in Balmora. We rent beds, and I have a limited selection of goods for barter. If you're new here, I can also tell you where to look for other services or a specific place nearby. If you're looking for someone in particular, I may be able to help.
Well, just so happens I am. I'm looking for Caius Cosades, my friend.
Old Caius rents a little bed and basket just up the hill on the north edge of town. Go out the front door, not the upper door to the terrace.
Okay.
Then right up the stairs, then left at the top of the stairs, and down to the end of the street.
Sounds good. Anything else anybody want to add?
Greetings, citizen. I'm Sotilda. Welcome to Balmora. We're a House Hlalu town and loyal citizens of the Empire. What can I do for you?
You know anything about Caius?
That old sugar tooth, I'm not sure where he's living now, but ask Bacola Closius, the owner. He'll know.
All right. Well, we already talked to him, so we're good. So he said go down, then up the stairs, and then all the way down, he said. In Morrowind, you always want to carefully listen to the instructions given to you. It'll greatly help you out. It's for Helis. Caius Cosades.
Yes?
Well, hello, friend.
What? Yes, I'm Caius Cosades. But what do you mean you were told to report to Caius Cosades? What are you talking about?
I was told to report to Caius Cosades.
I'm just an old man with a skooma problem.
Sure you are, but let's do it.
So you've been told to report to me and deliver a package. Perhaps you'll let me look at it.
That's the reason I'm here, right?
Yes, very interesting. So, it says here the Emperor wants me to make you a novice in the Blades. And that means you'll be following my orders. Are you ready to follow my orders?
Sure.
Good. Welcome to the service, novice. Now you belong to the Blades. We're the Emperor's eyes and ears in the provinces. You can use my bed if you need to rest, but leave my personal stuff alone unless I say otherwise. If you like, you can improve your modest skills with our Blades trainers now. Or if you're in a hurry, I can give you orders right away. But don't forget to visit the Blades trainers.
Okay. Well, what's your advice? Got any advice for me?
How do you judge a job's difficulty? Consider 3 things: location, opposition, and payoff. Long walks into the wilderness are usually tougher than local or town tasks. Tough opponents make tough jobs. Daedra, vampires, rogue, Telvanni. You'll learn which ones to look out for. And finally, if the reward offered is large, the dangers will be large too.
Okay. Well, in that case, what do you got for me?
First thing, Pilgrim, you're new, and you look it. Here's 200 drakes. Go get yourself a decent weapon, or armor, or a spell. And second thing, you need a cover identity. Around here, freelance adventurer is a common profession. Sign on with the Fighters Guild, or Mages Guild, or Imperial Cult, or Imperial Legion. Advance in the ranks, gain skill and experience, or go out on your own. Look for freelance work or trouble. Then when you're ready, come back, and I'll have orders for you.
All right. Well, Fighters Guild?
The Fighters Guild is a professional organization chartered by the Emperor to regulate the hiring and training of mercenaries. Training, goods, and services are cheaper for members, and the Guild's stewards know where to find work. You'll have to start your service with Idis Fireeye, the Balmora Guild steward. She's new, and I don't know her well. Perseus Mercius, the Aldrun Guild steward, I know and trust, but he only handles higher-ranking assignments.
Okay. Well, we definitely can sign up with them, and then the Mages Guild?
It's a guild for the arcane arts, and it's where you go to find wizards for hire. Training, goods, and services are cheaper for members, and the guild stewards know where to find work. If you want to be a wizard, Join and work your way up the ranks. The Mages Guild here is a better bet than the Fighters Guild. Ronis Athras is the guild steward, so talk to her if you want to join up. She's got a chip on her shoulder, but her apprentice, Ajira, seems okay for a Khajiit.
Okay, well, sounds good, man. That'll be where we'll start. And then what about freelance work?
You can always just wander around and ask for work. Hunt monsters and sell their hides, collect ingredients for alchemists, prey on bandits and smugglers, search ruins for loot. All you need are better skills and conditioning, and knowledge of Morrowind. And spend what you earn on equipment and training. Then come back a little less wet behind the ears, and I won't have to worry so much about you when I send you out on a mission.
Sounds good. Well, it's 8 p.m. I think we're going to call it a wrap here, guys. I really appreciate everybody for coming in. I can't believe how many people are in here. What I will tell you is we are going to be doing this pretty regularly, so definitely if you want to see more and if you want to be notified, definitely subscribe. Do all the things. And I think we're going to have a good time on this. So, yeah, I would welcome anybody who wants to stick around and for the full playthroughs. Going to be doing some Midnight Morrowind Club here. Pretty much I'm going to try to shoot for multiple nights. But, yeah, this has been a lot of fun. This game is fantastic. And I can't wait to explore more with y'all. So, we'll go ahead and we will hit the hay. We'll get a bright and early day of it. We'll kind of meet our Blades buddies next time. We'll get some breakfast, and then we will begin the process of exploring the medium of Morrowind, as Mr. Warlockracy likes to call it. Take care, everybody. I really appreciate it. Yeah, thanks, Tandava. Glad you could make it in, and I will see you all later. We will definitely be doing this multiple times, and we're going to take this one all the way to the end, hopefully. Take care, everybody. Love y'all.